On the Homewood Patriots for the 5A championship. I'm Herb Wenches along with color analyst Ryan Brown, and we welcome you in and invite you to sit back and pour yourself another cup of cocoa. It's cold out here, but we got a feeling this is going to be a hot game today. This always turns out to be a classic when you pit Russellville against Homewood, Ryan.
Yeah, it's exactly what we would thought would be in the 5A championship game. Number 1 versus number 2. If you made predictions at the start of the year, I think just about everyone would have picked Russellville out of the north and Homewood out of the south to play for the 5A state championship.
You know, these are two very good friends here as you see them hugging before the game, exchanging some pleasantries, but it won't be so pleasant when they tee it up here in the next few minutes. But Bob Newton, when you think about the job he has done at Homewood, yes, they're very familiar with each other. This will be their 5th meeting, and look at this. This is very interesting. The last time that Russellville won a state championship, Bob Newton played on that team way back in 1968.
Yeah, he won't have mixed emotions. He's a Patriot today, but his roots are with the Golden Tigers of Russellville.
It still feels a little weird to play against someone you played with and played for, but we're proud to be here, proud to be playing there. Russell's a great town. It was wonderful to me, and they'll be well coached and they'll play hard, and we'll have our hands full.
Well, both of these teams are going to have their hands full because there's some very talented players out here. You're looking at one of them, and that's Tim Hawthorne. You're going to see a lot of number 12, and that's Hubbard, the quarterback for Homewood, to number 3, Tim Hawthorne. They are lethal.
Yeah, Hubbard, the quarterback, with almost 2,400 passing yards this year, 25 touchdowns he's thrown for, and Hawthorne, 1,300-plus receiving yards. He is the leading receiver for the Homewood Patriots. That is a lethal pass and catch combination.
And Ryan, if you think he's good, how about his counterpart, Jeremy Helms? He is just a junior as well. He has set all kinds of records at Russellville. He's thrown for 36 touchdowns. This young man knows how to get the job done.
Almost a 66% pass completion, almost 2,900 yards, but Perry Swindle says the best thing about him is the type of kid he is.
A great leader. A person who also leads by example, doesn't say a whole lot, can run the ball and throw it. Very tough, very smart, and definitely a person that I thought would lead us to a state championship game.
And he'll have a chance to do that today. Keep in mind, Russellville, this is the 5th meeting with the Homewood Patriots so far. They've always come up the bridesmaid and never the bride. Well, to keep you posted on what's going down at field level today, Keely Davidson has done a great job. Has to be the coldest member of our broadcast crew. She has hung in there, and she joins us right now. Keely, what's up down there?
Well, Herb, you're absolutely right. I am the coldest out of the group, but it is a little bit warmer down here on the field. It's 45 degrees right now with just some slight winds, and although the sun's peaking, there are still some clouds in the area. But not to mention the weather. This game here tonight for the Super 6 might be the loudest game that we've seen so far. And the reason is each team has went home and made their own shakers. We're going to see how loud each one of them are. Well, both teams have these to shake them out for their teams, but not only that, the Homewood cheerleaders have brought in their own sound system and a microphone to get their teams going. And it has warmed up a little bit, and both here on the field and in the stands. Guys?
Thank you, Keely, and we think this is going to be a very loud and exciting football game. Let's get ready for the 5A championship. It's Russellville and Homewood, and the kickoff is coming up next.
These guys win every year.
Anthony Parker here.
Hi, Anthony. How are you? What can I do for you today?
Remember that money that we needed to help out with that little home addition?
Yes, I sure do.
We're ready.
Baby, won't you let me get to know you? Put my loving arms around you.
You plus us equals we. Loans for dreams from the relationship people. AmSouth Bank.
Tough,
Powerful, dependable, and now more affordable than ever. The 2004 Ford F-150 with over $5,700 in total savings. Right now, the 2004 F-150 comes with a no-charge tow-and-go package. Combine that with $3,500 customer cash for a total savings of $5,745 on America's best-selling truck. But hurry, this deal won't last long. See your neighborhood Ford dealer today.
The 2004 Super 6 is brought to you by Buffalo Rock and Mountain Dew. Do the Dew. And by Jack's, friends of the family at Jack's.
Welcome back here, everybody, to the Hoover Men. It's Herb Winchester along with Ryan Brown and our sideline reporter, Keely Davidson, as we get ready for the kickoff here momentarily. And right now, let's see how both of these teams arrived here at the Hoover Men. We'll look at the Homewood Patriots. They know something about winning championships. They've won their share. Their last one came in 2002 over this very Russellville team. They won at Legion Field by a score of 31-28. The first round, they defeated St. Paul's, and then they took on Henderson down in Troy. Then they defeated Pleasant Grove here in the Birmingham area, and then they wound up and beat Stanhope Elmore 38-22. That's how they've earned their way in here to the state 5A championship. As far as the Russellville Golden Tigers of Perry Swindle, they knocked off Gadsden, Parker from the Birmingham area, Buckhorn from North Alabama, and then really surprised everybody, winning easily over Athens 42-14. So, Ryan, that's how they got their way in here to this championship matchup today. And again, the one thing we always talk about, these two clubs, you can expect the best. They'll lay it on the line today.
Yeah, and one thing about Homewood, even though they are in the Birmingham metro area, they actually play in what is considered South Alabama. So sometimes in the playoffs they have to make long road trips. You saw St. Paul's from the Mobile area. You saw Stanhope Elmore. They played St. Paul's at home. Stanhope Elmore down in Millbrook. They had to travel a good way. Russellville has to travel as well, but all those teams in their general area, they play Gadsden at home, but then Athens and all those teams in their general area. It's kind of odd that even in Birmingham, Homewood plays in what is considered South Alabama. They are the South Alabama champs coming in, but you're right, Herb. You know, beating the quality of teams they've beaten, like the Athens teams, like Stanhope Elmore and those teams, that these teams are certainly ready to play today.
And keep your eye on this guy, number 21, Maurice McCullough. He makes it happen for this Russellville team. Now, he is a double threat. He's an outstanding runner, but he's equally as talented coming out of the backfield. And you saw the coin toss, and it was won by Russellville. They'll open up and receive. The officials for today's game, it's Don English is our head referee, Pat Cornelius, Bill Jones, Mike Latham, Wayne Gaultney, and Terry Jenwright. We're about ready to go here from the Hoover Met. And I'm sure by now everybody understands why we're here at the Hoover Met and not out at Legion Field, the SWAC championship. As a matter of fact, it's already kicked off between Alabama State and Southern University. And because of Hurricane Ivan and the season getting pushed back here to almost mid-December, it's the latest we've ever had the Super 6 championships, Ryan.
Yeah, and got to say, a big congratulations to, first of all, the people at the Athletic Association for being able to handle this in 2 locations. Our crew here in the Super 6 Television Network for having to handle 2 locations. The city of Hoover, who opened up the Hoover Met, and Hoover Police Department, all those people, the mayor of Hoover handling this, and they've done a remarkable job. Just talking to Dan Washburn earlier today, and he went on and on about how much he appreciated the help from the city of Hoover. Something they had not planned on at the start of the year, and had to call an audible and get the championship games out here at the Hoover Met, but they've done a great job with them.
We're ready to get this championship underway. Michael Painter will be handling the kicking chores for the Homewood Patriots. Back deep will be the guy we just talked about, Maurice McCullough. Also Rodney Suggs. A very nice crowd here on a very frigid Saturday afternoon in December. We had some sun just a few minutes ago, but we've lost it now, and it's cloudy and cold. But here we go, nonetheless. McCullough hauls it in right at the goal line. Up the left sideline. Knocked out of bounds there by big number 90, Rodney Shepard. the senior linebacker for the Homewood Patriots. A 22-yard return by McCullough. There's the quarterback, Jeremy Helms. He's had a sensational season, and that's not a typo. Over 3,000 yards. Helms rolling out to the right to McCullough. 30, 35 up to the 40, and a first down just like that for the Russellville Golden Tigers. Rodney Shepard, who made the tackle the opening play of the kickoff, had to run from behind there. McCullough picks up 19 on the play.
A nice pass as McCullough squeaks out of the backfield, and you see him just spy through the defenders there and finds some opening in the flat, and then does a nice job running with it afterwards. 220 yards per game passing for Helms. That's pretty strong.
Helms shotgun, deeper, right side. Big gain on the play. Kenny Baker finally runs him down, but not before he picks up 15 on the play. So in successive runs, we're talking 19 and 15. Russellville is on the move.
Yeah, I mean, this has got to be worrisome for Homewood, because what Russellville is doing in the first two plays is certainly working. They throw the ball out in the flat to McCullough, and then Helms just on the keeper, able to pick up the first down.
2 plays, 32 yards. Helms, shotgun. Throws it out to Hawthorne. Or check that, Abernathy. That is Michael Abernathy, and we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a hold. This one will come back, even though it was obviously a nicely executed play. Would have been a gain of about 8 or 9. But it looks like Russellville guilty of a hold on the corner there.
We'll get the call. Don English, and holding it is. So a break for Homewood.
That's the only thing that slowed Russellville down yet, is that hold.
The young man that
holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
Let's look at the lineups here. Backs and receivers. McCullough, Abernathy. Seen a lot of him early on. Tiggs, Woods. Our offensive line. It's Gross, Cox, Harbin, McCullough. Again, right up the gut. And a host of Homewood tacklers in on the play. Let's look at the Patriot defense. The front line consists of Feld, Gentry, Rogers, and Porter. Porter does a really nice job. Stan Galbraith, you'll hear his name a lot today. He's got a couple of block punts this season for the Patriots. And linebacker Rodney Shepard, who's already been in on 3 stops. And brings up second down and 12 for the Golden Tigers. Hill, hands off, up the middle, McCullough. And he bursts through for a nice gainer, taking it down to the Homewood 40.
Nice job by Helms. Watch after the handoff. He continues to roll out, fakes pass. And McCullough just winding his way through the front 7, finding an opening, bringing up third down and 5.
Got all the way into this secondary for the Homewood Patriots, and it's an experienced secondary, I might add. The pass falls incomplete. It was intended for Abernathy, a very talented and good-looking physical specimen. He's 5'11", 222, but here's the bottom line to young Mr. Abernathy. He's a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, how does a freshman get that big? 5'11", 222. He is a major contributor, and Herb already going for it on 4th down.
First incompletion of the game for Helms. He's audibleizing. He's pressured. Spins out. Gets away. Left side. He's got a first down and 4. Down to the Homewood 30-yard line.
Wow, what a great individual effort by Helms. He was dead to rights in the backfield. And on the Jacks instant replay, you'll see him break this tackle. Look, dead to rights right there. He's got him by the jersey. Look at his back protector hanging as he's running downfield and picks up the first down. Gutsy call, though, by Perry Swindle out around the 40-yard line to go for it on 4th down and 5 this early in the game.
Well, I will tell you this, Helms is noted as an outstanding passer, but he's gained over 600 yards, so he's not afraid to run the ball. Big kid, by the way, 6 feet, 180-pound junior, very talented. Next year, you can bet he'll be a D1 prospect. Helms gets a short pass right over the middle. And Stan Galbraith there to make the stop for the Homewood Patriots.
Herb, you'll call Galbraith's name a lot today. He comes into the game with 134 tackles. His linebacking mate, Rodney Shepard, has 141 tackles. So the two linebackers there, 275 combined tackles coming into this game. I think they're stopping a few people.
Second down, call it 5. A little middle screen. And nearly enough for the first down.
That's a nice center screen set up to McCullough. You'll see here, McCullough just going to wind his way out of the backfield, sets up. They call it a center screen right in the center of the line of scrimmage. And the defenders are released, and like you said, just a yard short of picking up the first down, makes it a 3rd and 1.
Pick up a 5 on the play. It's 3rd and 1. For the Tigers. Handoff Abernathy. That's a fake. Left side. Taking it to quarterback Helms. And he's got, I think, just enough for a first down. Yes, he does. He takes it down to about the 18.5-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Tigers. Yeah, really an impressive opening drive for Russellville.
Yeah, quarterback keep all the way by Helms there. He hits the dirt because had he broken that tackle, he may have scored a touchdown. But a keeper all the way, and you're right, even without that hold, it was a very impressive drive.
10 plays, 61 yards, as you saw the graphic there. What a great throw to the outside. And there to haul it in for the Golden Tigers was number 18, Trenton Thorpe. I'll make that Thome. Trenton Thome. Boy, this is a nice touch, Ryan, just over the defender's hands, and he makes a great reception there.
Kenny Baker there on defense, and he thought the pass was going to be thrown on a flatter plane, and he was going to be able to break on it. But nice job by Helms to put enough air under it that it could not be intercepted.
Helms fakes to Abernathy, right side, swarmed under by several Patriots. Including Galbraith. Right now, Shepard and Galbraith. They've been doing most of the work defensively for this Homewood team.
Big play here, 3rd down and 6.
They're 1 of 2 on 3rd down conversions early on here in the first quarter. 6:34 to go, as you see on our Mountain Dew scoreboard. No score, Russellville Homewood. Russellville on an opening drive. Handoff. Right up the middle. McCullough gets the call again, or make that Abernathy.
Well, Russellville went for a 4th and 5 from the 40. And after this replay, you'll see here on the replay, the handoff to Abernathy, just looking for room down the line and not much there. They got a 4th down and 2 now. And we'll see what Perry Swindle decides to do. Went for it on 4th and 5. It looks like he's not even thinking about it. He's going for it on 4th and 2 rather than to put points on the board perhaps with a field goal early on here.
The fake right up the middle, and he'll have the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for Russellville right at about the 5-yard line. So another gutsy call. So Russellville is coming out here meaning business today, Ryan. They've gone for it a couple of times.
Yeah, the blocking on the left side of the line of scrimmage was fabulous on that play for Helms. He had a huge hole to run through on 4th down and 2 on the keeper, and right now they've got Homewood on their heels. The Patriots are a little disoriented defensively.
Helms already has 30 yards himself, and this is going to be easy. Just a toss to Abernathy, and it appears that Homewood's secondary, they were confused. Easy touchdown and an easy opening drive for Russellville. Wow, good start for the Golden Tigers, looking for their first state championship since 1968. 5:32 to go here in the first.
This is easy here. I mean, Abernathy is all by himself in the flat. Easy pass for Helms, easy catch and run for Abernathy. And Homewood with Herb was on their heels that entire drive. They will have to make some adjustments because Russellville looked really, really good.
The extra point is up by Chris Sweeney, and good. The drive went 15 plays, 78 yards, 6 minutes and 28 seconds, and 2 fourth down conversions. 7-0, Russellville.
There's a hunger that comes from way down deep. And there's only one way to satisfy it. To pull together as a team. And reach that zone where jaws drop and headlines are made. Jack celebrates the teams that make it happen. Are you hungry? Make us part of the game. We're built for winners.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
It's free installation,
and it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Phew, boy, that was some storm last night.
I can do without the bird bath, thanks.
I mean, there were times I thought our perch was going to go kaput.
Worrying about nothing, as usual.
Nothing? How can you say nothing?
Because those humans are always out here working on these lines, making sure they're safe and secure enough to withstand a storm.
Wow. They do all that just so we have a safe place to perch?
You know, I'm beginning to understand where the term bird brain comes from.
A most impressive opening drive by the Russellville Golden Tigers. Ryan, let's take a look at it again.
It's been absolutely unbelievable what Russellville was able to do on their first possession. I mean, they just ran right through the Homewood defense. And as I said earlier, that Homewood defense will have to adjust because they were on their heels that entire drive. And right now they're on the sidelines trying to figure out exactly what to do to stop this Russellville offense. Now, many people have figured that out this year, and Homewood will try to do it while their offense has the ball.
And we'll take a look at some of those opening drive highlights in just a moment. The kick by Sweeney. And Homewood brings it up to the 30-yard line, and that's where they will start their opening possession right at their own 31-yard line. And here's that first drive.
Yeah, Jeremy Helms was on his game in the first drive, as was Maurice McCullough. Not just McCullough, but Helms on the run. And the touchdown pass, as easy as you will see, Helms to Michael Abernathy, the 5'11", 222-pound freshman. An impressive opening drive for the Golden Tigers.
Freeman gets the call here. Homewood, they'll stay in the shotgun. They run that one-back offense. Very seldom will you see them huddle. And let's look at Austin Hubbard, very talented, another junior quarterback we're looking at here today. 2,300 plus yards on the season, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And here's Hubbard looking deep. He goes deep, and there's going to be a penalty on the play, as knocked to the ground was his favorite wide receiver, Tim Hawthorne.
Yeah, that's just about as clear a pass interference as you were ever going to see in a football game. Hawthorne's jersey had been grabbed, and the flag is going to go against Rodney Suggs, and this one is clear. You'll see it at the end of this replay. Look, Suggs has a handful of Hawthorne's jersey, and as a matter of fact, trips him up. You know, he was beaten, Herb, and it's better to commit the pass interference than give up 7 points.
And apparently he understood that as well. The Suggs, their brothers, Rodney plays free safety.
On the defense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, which resulted in a first down.
Rodney, who was guilty of that infraction, plays free safety, and his brother, Corey Suggs, is the strong safety and wears jersey number 32. And is a first down for Homewood, and moves it out now to about the 43-yard line. Handoff Freeman, left side. He spins away from the tackle, reverses field, and comes back to the other side and picks up a couple of yards on the play. All at 5. As Tony Suggs makes the tackle. I'm not sure where Tony fits in with the Suggs family.
There are a lot of them up there, all the Suggs. Nice run by Stephen Freeman. You know, he had a load on his shoulders replacing Brandon Thornton this year, the talented running back that went to Mississippi State that played for Homewood last year. He's done a nice job doing that.
Here's Hubbard looking downfield. He'll throw to Hawthorne. Wobbly pass. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, Hawthorne had beaten Suggs again, Herb, down the right sideline, the near sideline, and was open for the touchdown.
Let's look at that Golden Tigers defense. Keelan, Bean, Humphreys, and Rose. That's your defensive front. Your linebackers consist of Suggs, Phillips, and Brad Bowling. Here's the secondary. Tony Suggs, Graham, his brother Corey, and the defensive back in that group also is Bryant Bonds. Third down and 6 for the Patriots. Rolling left. Hubbard. And he's kicked off.
Rodney Suggs baited him into throwing that football, and he wouldn't look Suggs off. He was coming over for the safety. He's been burned a couple of times already and committed to pass interference. But you'll see number 7 in gold coming over from his safety position, and he just baits him into the pass and makes the interception. Big turnover. Russellville back on the offense.
Here comes Russell again, already leading on our Mountain Dew scoreboard by a score of 7-0.
Yeah! Better get going, because right now at McDonald's, I can get a Filet-O-Fish, small fries, small drink, and a pie for only $3.89. Now that's a hookup. I'm loving it.
After 9/11, we all realized the importance of Homeland Security. The government even created the Department of Homeland Security, opening new career opportunities across our country. Herzing College now offers a degree in Homeland Security and Public Safety. Potential positions upon graduation include
public safety and law enforcement officers, special agents, customs investigators.
Classes are now forming. Call 866-271-5055. Education builds security at Herzing College.
This weekend, including Sunday from 1 till 5, Standard Furniture is having their annual open house, and they're actually giving furniture away. It's simple. For every $100 worth of furniture you buy, we'll give you an additional $50 worth absolutely free. Buy $1,000 worth and get $500 free. Plus, this weekend, we'll give you this beautiful Christmas ornament just for coming in absolutely free. Don't miss it, the weekend free furniture giveaway. Only at Standard Furniture, where we make your house a home.
It was the night before Christmas. Bob was checking his list, but he was short on cash for some of his gifts. Time was passing. Christmas soon would be here. Thank goodness U.S. Title Loans was near. A pay stub, checking account, or car title's all you need to make this a happy holiday indeed. With cash in his pocket and a smile on his face, Bob could spread Christmas joy all over the place. The gifts were so great, his family yelled, "Wow! U.S. Title Loans!"
Yeah! Better get going, because right now at McDonald's, I can get a Filet-O-Fish, small fries, small drink, and a pie for only $3.89. Now that's a hookup. I'm loving it.
After the interception, Russellville takes over on their own 38-yard line. 1st and 10, already leading by a score of 7-0. Hill looking deep. And it is at the last second drop by his big wide receiver, or wideout, number 81. And that was Chris Trapp, the junior wide receiver, 5'11", 173. He had it momentarily. Good pass there by Helms.
Yeah, good coverage by Scott Lee. The pass just a bit underthrown by Helms. May have gotten caught up in the wind, and that gives Lee just enough time to close. And he makes a great play at the end to keep this ball from being completed. Had a couple of shots on the way down.
Back to pass again. It's a slip screen. And Homewood, they're used to that because they run that a lot themselves offensively, so I'm sure the Homewood defense, they've seen that enough in practice that they caught on to it immediately. Quickly there to make the stop already with 4 or 5 tackles here early on in the first quarter. Stan Gilbreth makes the tackle for the Homewood Patriots. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now for Russellville. At their own 40, Helms is really off to a great start. In that opening drive, he accounted for 77 of the 78 yards he scored. Here he is again, rolling out, looking downfield. And it's knocked away, and what a terrific play there by Kenny Baker, the sophomore defensive back. 5'11", 155. That's the way you play defense, Ryan.
Yeah, and Rodney Shepard applying pressure as well. And Herb, I talked about the fact that the Homewood defense was on their heels. They clearly made adjustments while the offense was on the field, and they hold Russellville to a 3-and-out. As you watched the first drive, you wouldn't have guessed that because Russellville was clicking on all cylinders. Good job by the Homewood coaching staff of adjusting their defense, and they'll get the ball back.
Chris Sweeney averaging 39.8 per punt this season. He's back deep for the Golden Tigers. Gets it away easily. It's a low liner. Hawthorne, he picks it up at his own 20. And he's smothered under at about the 23, and that's where Homewood will begin their second possession, which they are hoping is going to be much better than their first possession.
And they moved the ball okay on their first possession. It's just that Austin Hubbard got baited into making a pass by an excellent defensive play by Rodney Suggs. Never looked Suggs off, and he wheeled over and made the interception.
3 wide outs to the left. The handoff. No, the fake. And he keeps it himself, does Hubbard. Good fake. It even faked me out a little bit. I thought for sure it went to Hawthorne. Good job hiding the football and a good pickup for a first down for the Homewood Patriots.
Well, if you're going to be a quarterback in Bob Newton's system, you're going to have to do everything well. You're going to have to be able to throw the football. You're going to be able to run the option and keep it yourself.
Freeman does have it this time. Left side, getting some great blocking over there by the left side of the Homewood line. And he picks up some good yardage on first down. And this is what makes this Homewood team so dangerous, Ryan, is they're good at picking up good yardage on first down. And look at the blocking.
Yeah, you got wide receivers blocking. You got a back out of the backfield, Tyler Robbins blocking. It's an unselfish type of football. Courtney Hood, the wide receiver, Tyler Robbins, the back. They're blocking, giving up their body for the gain by their tailback.
Left tackle David Ross, he's a big one. Made a great play there. Right up the middle is Hubbard. Showing some toughness as he went straight up the middle and right into the teeth of that Russellville defense. Let's look at this again. Well, he's a tough kid.
Yeah, Hubbard, and I said you got to do a lot of things in the Bob Newton offense, and one of them as a quarterback is run the football. And you got to be tough because you're doing a lot of running up inside on that option. And Hubbard's a tough kid. Picked up the first down there.
Doesn't run it that often. Only had 49 rushes during the regular season. Almost delayed draw. He faked it. Boy, and it worked out beautifully. He catches Hawthorne right over the middle. Boy, that's terrific deception there. It looked like it was going to be the delayed draw to Freeman. Instead, he comes out to the right-hand side and wide open because the Russellville defense, they were caught off guard.
Yeah, look on the Jacks replay. Austin Hubbard's handwork. I mean, he hides the ball behind his back. A terrific play faker. That's something he has done well in this game. A nice catch and run by Hawthorne on the end of the play for the first down.
1st and 10. The ball now is sitting on the 39-yard line of Russellville. Handoff, Freeman, left side. Trying to pick up a good block there by David Ross. We talked a little bit about that Homewood offensive line, and they're big, by the way. Ross is 275. Daniel Mathingi is 280. And you've got Bo Dean. He is at about 235 pounds himself. So it's a good size offensive line for Homewood. And they run a lot to the left, have a lot of success.
And again, they're a line that they've got to be as adept at pass blocking as run blocking. I know you'd say that about any offensive line. This is such a multiple offense.
And Hubbard, that's going to be a fumble as it slipped. And I'm sure they're going to call that a fumble. And I don't know if he just didn't have a good grip on the football, but you're talking about a real bizarre play. But, you know, I've seen this happen on Sundays a lot, too.
Yeah, it's play action. He loses the snap early. It just felt, I mean, it just came out of his hands. I don't know any other way.
And he had Hawthorne streaking down the sidelines, too.
Yeah, look at this, too. Also down the sidelines, Asa Griggs all by himself. And Hawthorne, or excuse me, Hubbard was looking that way. And he just lost the football.
They turn it back over to Russellville. 2 drives, 2 mistakes by Homewood. An interception and now a fumble by the quarterback. Here's Hills. And a lot of red jerseys smother him under.
But prior to that turnover, and Homewood has had 2 consecutive drives in on turnover, an interception by Hubbard and the fumble by Hubbard. But it was clear that Bob Newton's staff had also made some offensive adjustments as we now look at the Russellville offense. And Helms just sees his pass protection completely break down. He's got to pull it down and get what he can, and that was a loss of 1.
Split backfield. Helms in the shotgun. Looking downfield, the pass, and it is no good. The pass there was intended for Gerald Neesmith, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, Neesmith doesn't ever get the ball in his hands, and Scott Lee comes away at the last moment and will swat it away wearing number 26. You see Lee just gets in there for the tackle. Neesmith just couldn't get control of the ball. The pass a little bit low.
3rd and 11 on the 38. So every time Homewood's made a mistake, their defense has bailed them out. See if they'll do it here. Great play there by Scott Lee.
Yeah, he read that screen from the snap and came up and made the hit and will force a 4th down.
They'll be punting when we return. Your score, it's Russellville 7, Homewood nothing.
It's your life. Western Hills Mall wraps you up. It's your life, it's your mall. It's your life. Western Hills Mall makes it merry. Enter to win a $10,000 holiday shopping spree. It's your life. It's your mall. It's your life. Western Hills Mall makes it brilliant. It's your life. It's your mall.
Get your down payment back.
Say that again.
Make all your payments on time and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama makes this exclusive offer. Now for a limited time, buy any car and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama will return your down payment every dollar. Ask your salesperson how. The name has changed, but great deals on rock-solid cars are the same.
Hey, you got a job. You got a car at Cars Alabama.
Santa isn't leaving Mrs. Claus because she's grown a beard. He's spending his time at Mazer near downtown Birmingham, stocking his sleigh with incredible values from Mazer's floor store. Just look at the deals. Easy Care laminate flooring in parquet look and ceramic tile look starts at $2.49 a square foot. 12-foot wide vinyl floor covering starts at only 42 cents a square foot. And ceramic tile in a variety of colors and textures, priced starting at 69 cents a square foot. So don't worry, Mrs. Claus, he'll be back. Get to Mazer and save.
Innovation. Working in a high-tech environment. Troubleshooting glitches. Ever thought about the networking and information technology field? Exciting atmosphere. Rewarding career. Virginia College is ready to get you started. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Virginia College at 1-877-203-5117 or visit online at www.vc.edu. That's 1-877-203-5117.
There you see the first quarter stats. We begin the second quarter. Chris Sweeney will be punting for Russellville.
Yeah, the big stat right there, those 2 turnovers that killed Homewood. Both of their drives, their big drives, ending on turnover.
Pressure by Homewood. They've had 9 blocks during the regular season. They put pressure on Sweeney, and it worked because it wasn't a very good kick. It'll be outstanding field position here for Homewood as they try to cut down on some early mistakes. An interception, a fumble. But they've got great starting position here from their own 44. This sideline cam is brought to you by Victory Pontiac GMC Trucks of Calera, conveniently located I-65 at exit number 234. Victory is your hometown dealership alternative to big city high prices in endless fees. They meet or beat any advertised deal on a comparable vehicle. That's Victory Pontiac, and we certainly appreciate their sponsorship of these championships. You got to have sponsors if you're going to have a Super 6, right? It's that simple.
Well, they got to pay our inflated salaries, right? Is that what you're saying?
Are we getting paid?
Oh, I was supposed to mention that. I'm sorry. You see Hubbard rolling out here. He's trying to rebound, and he hits this time. His receiver, Asa Griggs, trying to rebound for that fumble a moment ago. The ball just slipped right at his hand when he had Griggs wide open down the sideline.
2nd and 4, Hubbard. And that's incomplete. Hubbard being pressured there, had to hurry his throw a little bit. It was thrown low. Incomplete.
You know, both teams have had a few possessions, an entire quarter to kind of fill each other out, Herb, and get comfortable, and I think they've done that. They've fallen into a bit of a rhythm here. The Homewood defense adjusted to the Russellville offense. They've been able to stop them a couple of times, and really this Homewood offense has stopped themselves on turnovers both times.
And believe it or not, this is the first third down play for Homewood because they've had the 2 turnovers. But here we go. For Freeman. He just pulls his way. 40, 35, breaks away. He could go all the way. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Homewood. Oh, my. A 50-yard run by Steve Freeman, the 195-pound junior, who came into this game over 1,300 yards on the season. How big is that for the Patriots?
This is coming right in your living room. I want you to watch at the end. Austin Hubbard throws the block that breaks him right there. Just gets enough of Tone Suggs to break Freeman for the touchdown.
Michael Painter is on for the extra point to tie this game up. The kick is up, and it is good. And we've got a tie game. 11:22 to go here before intermission, and this is exactly what we were thinking it was going to be for the state 5A title, because every time these two clubs meet, it's a classic, and it looks like we're well on our way. Although, Ryan, and you know, you see those kids all the time. I think that's now required if you're going to go to school. You got to have some guys that'll come out in 40-degree temperatures.
With the shirt off.
Yeah, everybody's doing that now. What a great run.
Yeah, great individual effort. I mentioned the block by Hubbard. Unselfishness with the quarterback, but Freeman just never stopped moving. His legs were moving the entire time. He protected the ball and looking for the touchdown.
Those are the Lettermen, by the way. You get that? Saw a good shot there. The Homewood Patriot Band. They're on their way out to the Fiesta Bowl. They'll be performing out there. Utah-Pittsburgh will be playing in that affair.
And the highlight will be the bands.
I knew you were going to say that.
The highlight will be the Homewood
looking
band.
forward to seeing Utah. I can't say much about Pittsburgh. Michael Painter about to kick it off. A good kick. It'll be taken in at the 5 by McCullough. He's up the sideline. He breaks free, a couple of tacklers, and gets out to about the 44-yard line on a good gainer, but we have got a flag back at the 25, and usually when you see a flag on a kickoff, you know what that means.
Yeah, especially behind the play, and that's where this one came. Looks like Russellville will start in a bit of a hole after the block in the back.
It was a 36-yard return. That'll be negated. They'll bring it back, and instead of having great field position, let's see if we can find out where the clip.
Tough to see. I believe it happened just before came in the frame of the replay.
On return, 10-yard penalty, spot foul, 1st and 10.
So instead of having the ball at the 41, they now have it at the 15.
Now you see the block in the back right there. Nice straight line showing you the block in the back, but
hard to do with gloves on.
That is a very clear block in the back. Good call by the officials, and now Russellville starts deep in a hole.
Instead of having it at the 40, it's now at the 15, so that mistake cost them 25 yards in field position. Quarterback Helms off to a pretty good start here today. 8 of 12 for 46 yards. We talked about he was responsible their opening drive for 77 of the 78 yards when they opened up with a score. You see our score there on your Mountain Dew scoreboard. We're knotted up in 7 apiece here from the Hoover left. Helms will keep it himself. And look at the red corner. And a fumble. And it is a fumble because the official threw out the white marker to indicate it was a fumble. Robert Gentry was responsible for causing that fumble. So a big play for the Homewood Patriots.
Helms covers it up there, but he doesn't keep it covered up, and it finally gets stripped away. And this is how it happened at full speed. You just see, just didn't have it covered up at the end of the play.
Here's Freeman. Spinning, turning, driving. He gets it down inside the 12-yard line. It looks like they're going to mark it at about the 11. Homewood trying to take advantage of the first turnover today here by the Russellville team, and a very costly one. Boy, Ryan, we talk all the time about mistakes and silly penalties, whatever, but here's a team that had it at their own 40, 15, and now all of a sudden a turnover, and here's Homewood driving to take the lead.
First time they've had really good field position. They've had to drive every other possession. This time they have a short field.
Hubbard hands off to Freeman on the counter.
Corey Suggs did a nice job of shooting the gap that time, and he and Humphreys back there to make the tackle, but Suggs, number 32 there, shot the gap on that play, and Freeman had no chance. Almost took the hand off.
This is a pretty good front, too, defensive front Russellville has, with Keelan, Rose, Beam, and Humphreys, all averaging well over 240, 50 pounds, so it's a pretty good defensive front. Third down and 4. Driving all the way inside the 5. It'll be a first down there by Steve Freeman. A great run there. A young man already has a big day going for himself here. Gained over 1,398 yards in the regular season. First and goal for Homewood. High snap, handoff, Freeman left side. Smothered under quickly.
Last few times, Hubbard has left it with Freeman. They run a lot of option here, and down on the goal line will be interesting to see if maybe he pulls it out of that belly and rolls out himself, maybe even throws into the end zone.
One of the few times we've seen 2 backs. They usually go with a 1 back. Got a blocking back up front. Here's Freeman again. This time he tries the right side, just off right guard, and he is stopped short of the goal line. So Russellville's defense is really stiffening up. B.J. Bean, the senior defensive lineman, makes the tackle there for the Golden Tigers.
That time, they had 2 tight ends, no receivers, so a blocking set, and they give it to Freeman off the right side.
Homewood, 1 for 1 on third down conversions. They've got that situation here. Here's a fake and easily going in with a Hubbard as everybody on the Russellville team went for Freeman. He keeps it himself, and he's got the easy jump into the end zone, and Homewood has now taken the lead over Russellville.
I felt like they were setting this up, Herb. I mentioned it a play before. They kept giving it to Freeman on the option and giving it to Freeman, and finally they used him as a decoy, and great blocking, and Hubbard just waltzes right in, tosses it to the ref.
2-yard run there by Hubbard. Here's the extra point attempt by Michael Painter. It's up and good. Let's take a break. 8:32 to go before intermission. It's Homewood 14, Russellville 7. We'll be right back.
What is Encore?
Encore is improved sports performance for speed, strength, and endurance.
What is Encore?
Encore is speech, occupational, and physical therapy. Encore is fully equipped fitness centers in Daphne, Mobile, and Biloxi.
What is Encore?
Encore is golf analysis and baseball clinics. Encore is athletic trainers in Gulf Coast schools. What is Encore? Encore is for you. Encore sports performance and physical rehabilitation.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
Better sound.
more channels,
And more reliable.
it's free installation.
And it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Come on, y'all. Time to clap your hands up. Everybody sing. Everybody come on. Everybody do. Everybody come on. Everybody now's the time to come round.
Friends are like music, and here's another sweet sound. A double cheeseburger and fries, just $2.29.
Everybody get around. Now's the time to come.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Hoover Man. It's the final game of the Super 6. It has been a great week. It has started back on Thursday night at Legion Field, winding up here with this 5A championship. A 6-play, 17-yard drive. It took 2:27 off the clock. 8:32 to go before intermission. Homewood with the lead at 14-7. And here's Painter to kick off a short kick. And it bounces right at the 30. The up back takes it there. And makes a pretty good return out of it is Chris Trapp, the junior wide receiver, 81, who has good hands, stopped by Mike Stonewell. The 15-yard return.
Yeah, Herb, sorry about that. The Homewood coaches are claiming that he called a fair catch, and he should not have been able to return that. Let's look at the touchdown. Great blocking as they seal the corner for Hubbard, and just the quarterback keeper on the option, and they had been setting up time and time again. And they continue to give it to Freeman, and Hubbard kept it on 3rd down.
Good starting position here. Hill back to pass, throwing long, and knocked away at just the last second by Scott Lee, who has really come up big for Homewood here in this first half. He's had a lot of good plays for them.
Yeah, made a great tackle on a screen earlier and had fabulous coverage on that play. As we look on the Jacksons to replay, you'll see he has inside position, and Helms had the receiver been on the inside. Would have thrown a perfect pass, but Lee had inside position. Terrific coverage on the deep ball.
Intended there for Lafayette Tiggs. We understand a lot of schools looking at him. I know Bill Gray is here today in Sanford. He told me he was looking at this young man. And look at that swarming defense for Homewood. They suddenly made all the right adjustments, Ryan. You're right about that. After that opening drive, looks like Bob Newton and his staff, they got together. They've made a lot of good decisions defensively because they have really had Russellville backed up here most of this second quarter.
Yeah, a lot of traffic on the left side of that defensive line, just stacking things up. And Abernathy had nowhere to go.
3rd down conversions, 1 of 5. Hills outside the hook and ladder. Well defended. It really was. And it's that guy again, Scott Lee. He has been just all over this football field. He is having one sensational first half. The hook and ladder now, we saw that the other night. This is the second time here in the Super 6 we've seen it. You don't see it that often.
This is a perfectly executed hook and ladder, and Scott Lee has a 2-on-1 coverage right here. Has his man covered and ends up making the tackle on McCullough after the toss.
And look at this gamble here. 4th and 4. And Perry Swindle decided he's going to go for it. Try to gain back some of the momentum. To Abernathy. Nice move there. And he'll pick up the first down and then some. What a gamble there by Russellville. But Perry Swindle decided that he didn't want to give any more momentum back to Homewood. I'm sure that had a part to do with his decision making. And it turned out to be the right decision. As the true freshman, Michael Abernathy. We talked earlier about his size at 5'11" and 222 pounds. And you can see, too, he can motor.
Herb, they went for the 4th down on that first possession on 4th and long. They went for the 4th down and scored the touchdown. That was their 3rd 4th down there. They're 3 of 3.
Good observation. Toss out to McCullough. And if it hadn't have been for Scott Lee, he had a lot of real estate in front of him. This young man has to be just absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, he's making just about every other tackle, any pass play. He's making the tackle. Just a nice swing to McCullough, and Lee, good open field tackle, trips him up, gets a face full of dirt for his efforts, and he'll have to come out of the game. He had 74 tackles on the year coming into this game, and he's made several today.
Another junior, and I was looking at the roster as I was looking at it here earlier on today, Ryan, and I couldn't help but notice both teams, a lot of juniors on both squads, so probably see these same two clubs back here again next season. Handoff over right tackle. That's McCullough. McCullough is the real workhorse in this backfield. Coming into this game, Maurice accounted for over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. I talked about him being a double threat. He's also very dangerous as a receiver, 54 receptions on the year. They're now 1 of 6 on 3rd down conversions, but they're 3 of 3 on 4th down. I guess they want 4th down again. I don't know.
It's worked for them so far.
3rd and 2. The keeper gets in. He'll have, well, he had the 1st down, then he was driven back, but I think he still has enough. The ball looks like it's over the 30, and he had to get right at the 30. Let's look at it again. Ryan, from our end zone camera.
Yeah, you'll see an excellent seal block on the right side of your screen that allows him just enough yardage to get that 1st down. And he got it by, they didn't have to measure, but he got it by a very small margin, picked up that 1st down.
Regis Graham, the Homewood safety, came up to make the stop on the play. 1st and 10, 5:18 to go. As you see there on your Mountain Dew scoreboard. Handoff. Bounces out to the outside is McCullough, and he's a tough kid to bring down. 5'11", 175, a senior.
Something you could say about McCullough, Abernathy, and Stephen Freeman as well for Homewood. These guys aren't going down on their first hit, Herb. As a matter of fact, when they do go down, as you watch them break tackles here, when they do go down, it's got to be a nice solid tackle. All 3 of these running backs keep their legs moving. We saw Freeman do that on the touchdown run earlier.
And Maurice depends a lot on his younger brother, and that's offensive lineman Montre McCullough, who's a junior and plays right guard. He made a good block for him there. Here's him. He's rolled out. He's out of the pocket. He's going to run for it. Picks up decent yardage on the play.
You know, you say, how does one McCullough become an offensive lineman and the other one's a running back? Well, I mean, don't forget the junior McCullough is 260. The running back's a sophomore and he's 220.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Look at it again. Homewood pressure. And he likes running the football. We've talked about that all game long. Does Jeremy Helms. Number 3, just a junior, 6 feet, 180 pounds. Quite an athlete. He'll be a D1 recruit next year. You can bet on that. Here's a pitch and a 1st down over the left side, Maurice McCullough. Here it is talking about that young man. 3-yard gain on the play. 20 for the 1st down. Russellville is in business as they've now officially moved into the red zone of Homewood. Homewood primarily runs a 4-3 defense with 4 defensive backs. Bob said he's always run the 4-3. Abernathy, left side, spins away from several tackles and drives inside the 5 all the way down to the 3-yard line before Stan Galbraith finally corrals him. Boy, this young man is talented for a freshman, a true freshman.
You talk about downhill runners, and that's what he is. He gets his load moving one way, and you are not going to stop him. I mean, look at the spin moving. Now watch at the end of this run. He just runs over 3 Homewood defenders.
16 yards by Abernathy on that play. First down and goal. The keeper, Hill. He's in the end zone for a touchdown. Just barely got that ball over the end zone, or the goal line, and in for a touchdown. Chad McCullough tried to keep him out of the end zone, but couldn't. He breaks the plane, and Russellville is right back in this football game. They're an extra point away from tying it up.
Well, the Homewood fans just saw a replay on the big screen here at the Met. Didn't like the call, but he sticks the ball out just in time to get it over the plane as he was being slammed to the ground. The extra point to tie it up.
Chris Sweeney does just that. Here's one more look as we go to break on your Mountain Dew scoreboard. It's all knotted up here for the 5A state title. Russellville 14, Homewood 14.
Now let's go. I got one, want one, gotta get one, gotta have one. You gotta eat. Rallies. Where'd you get it? Let me have it, gotta get it, now you got it. Yeah. You gotta eat. Rallies. Well, all right. Cool, you got that.
Big Buford. You see it, you want it, gotta have it. And now you can get 2 for $3. Big burger, big taste, Big Buford. Just 2 for $3 at Rallies.
Give me that. You gotta eat.
Want your holiday home to look like $1 million? Accessorize with the latest trend-setting fashions from Mazer Furniture, Bedding, and Appliance in Homewood. Mazer has just received a gigantic $1 million insurance buyout of elegant brand-name accessories, such as vases, lamps, mirrors, accent tables, screens, art, statues, and much more. And the prices on these exceptional pieces are the lowest you'll ever find. So come in today and add some sparkle to your holiday season. Plus, pay no interest for a full year with your good credit and minimum purchase. Mazer makes your house a holiday home.
You may never know where they are, but you know they're there, ready to take down your system and steal your data. Hackers, cyber terrorists, and criminals. Stopping them is the work of a network security specialist, one of the most important career fields available today. Herzing College's Bachelor of Science in Information Technology program emphasizes information and network security, a specialty that offers a wide variety of career options. To get started, call Herzing College now at 1-866-259-8151. That's 1-866-259-8151.
Get ready for the holidays with a visit to Milano's Men's Apparel and a sale you can't afford to miss. Suits normally $250, now just $89. Italian suits regularly $660, now just $199. Milano has leather shoes, normally $80, holiday special only $39. Choose from a huge selection of beautiful sweaters and knit shirts, worth $40, now just $19. Looking for a gift? Milano has all accessories on sale, including shirts, ties, belts, and hats. That's Milano's Men's Apparel in Birmingham Century Plaza, upper level.
Welcome back, everybody. 3:34 to go here before intermission. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, it'll be the Baptist Health Systems halftime report. Chris Blackcher will be along with you and carry you through halftime. He's done a great job here in the Super 6. His special guest will be Mr. High School Football, and that would be Ron Ingram from the Birmingham News. Ron's been on the scene for a long time and does such a wonderful job covering high school football in this state. That last drive, 13 plays, 55 yards, took 4 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock, and it was capped off by Helms taking it in from 3 yards out. We're knotted up at 14 apiece. The kickoff is coming. Sweeney puts a throw into it. Darius Woods hauls it in, gets it back to the 25, and that's where Homewood make that the 27-yard line. Blake Grosh was in on that tackle for Russellville. First and 10, Homewood. Glad you're with us. Dark skies here over the Hoover Met, chilly temperatures, but you would expect that. After all, it's nearly mid-December, just a few weeks away from Christmas.
Last time Homewood had the ball, we saw a heavy dose of the option with Hubbard and Freeman.
Hubbard. Protection breaks down. He's forced out of the pocket. A short gainer on the play, but it was positive yardage before Justin Rose brought him down there. Ryan, I see Tim Hawthorne now checking back into the game. And this has been a lethal combination all season long, but I've noticed that since early on in the first quarter when they missed on a couple of connections, he has kind of ignored him a little bit.
Yeah, we haven't seen him go much. We saw him run there, and they've gone to the option a little bit more in the second quarter here, and Hawthorne has been less of a factor.
That pass there was intended for Steve Freeman, the running back for Homewood out of the backfield. Incomplete.
That's surprising. We talked about their connection. Hubbard and Hawthorne. Hubbard has thrown for almost 2,400 yards, 25 touchdowns. Hawthorne has hauled in 1,300 yards worth of those passes, and 14 of those 25 touchdowns belong to Hawthorne.
3rd and 7. Homewood perfect on third down conversion. 3 for 3. Will it be 4 for 4? Yes, it will. And there's that man we talked about, Hawthorne, who's got great speed once he catches the ball.
And he's only a junior, Herb, 6'2", 200 pounds. That's the size of receiver everyone is looking for now, a receiver that is 6 foot or taller, and he is. And look at him, the big target right in the middle of the field, just sets up in the zone, finds the opening in the zone, and stays there and lets his quarterback find it.
22-yard pickup on the play. First down for Homewood. Hubbard rolling out to the right side away from pressure, decides to keep it himself, picks up 3 on the play before he's brought down again by Justin Rose, the junior linebacker who's been awfully busy here in the final 2 minutes of the second quarter. We got a timeout on the field. Homewood calls timeout. As you see a good shot of Perry Swindle. Replay your favorite game from the 2004 Super 6 Championships.
Homewood.
Just go to WABM68.com. Click on the Super 6 icon to download the form to order a Super 6 video. It's all pretty simple. Relive some of the exciting moments from the game of your choice or all 6 games. But you have to log on to WABM68.com to download the order form. Don't delay. The deadline for ordering is March the 1st. Super 6 video. It's available right now. And I would recommend that you might go ahead and download this one because it's going to be a classic. And, you know, Ryan, you and I both had the pleasure of working what I think is the greatest high school game that I've ever covered. And that was in 2000 when they played Benjamin Russell out of Alex City. Homewood did at Legion Field. 5 overtimes. Tons of records fell, and it was like, what, a 5-hour game, if I recall? It's the best high school game I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, and it's just one of those games where neither team deserved to lose, but it was a fitting game for the state championship.
Could we be in the store for another one of those? Who knows? We're knotted up right now. Here's a pass. Oh, wide open is Hawthorne as he settled right in the middle of that zone. Settled in nicely.
That's something he's done well the last couple of plays. Hawthorne finds the hole in the zone, and we'll watch it. He's isolated. Look, I talk about the hole in the zone. He just finds where the defenders are not and sets up there and lets his quarterback find it.
That play was good for 16. Hawthorne, 3 catches on the afternoon for 50 yards. He's having a great game as well. Right side this time. The pass is out and caught by Asa Griggs, the senior wide receiver, 5'9", 165. Suggs comes up and makes the tackle for Russellville. So right now, Hubbard is just going left, right.
Yeah.
It's Army football, left, right, left, right.
Yeah, nice tackle in the open field by Rodney Suggs. And also Corey Suggs for Russellville on that play.
He'll come left this time. Spotting a new receiver for the first time today. It is Tyler Robbins. And I'm familiar with that last name, and I was waiting for him to make a catch so we could mention his father. His father, Mark Robbins, who played at Homewood and went on to have a nice career at Auburn and spent a couple of years in the big show in the NFL, and that's his son Tyler making the grab there.
Well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Nice reception by the younger Robbins.
Hubbard is 6 for 9, 78 yards, so he's having a good game as well. This one will be for very little gain for Homewood.
They'll burn a timeout here, Herb, with the clock running down. It's down to 1:06. And they'll use another timeout here as they set up, still facing second down, and they could still get a first down without scoring.
Homewood.
While we have a moment, let's thank our Super 6 affiliate partners throughout the state of Alabama. Here in Birmingham, you're watching us on WABM UPN 68. In Huntsville, we're being televised on the Valley's WAWB. And in Montgomery, we're being broadcast on WRJM UPN 67. And down in the Mobile area, you're watching us on WJTC UPN 44. Thanks to all of our affiliates here on the Super 6 television network, making it possible for us to bring this coverage to you. And this is the 5th consecutive year that we have had the television coverage here on WABM 68, which is the flagship station out of Birmingham.
Homewood, Herb, with just one timeout left, so they've got to be a little bit careful of what they do here with 1:06 to go. Let's see if they may take a crack at the end zone here on second down.
Homewood trying to take the lead at intermission. And here's Hubbard. He's going to get a great block from Steve Freeman downfield and nearly gets it in the end zone. He'll be short, but he'll have the first down. It'll be first and goal. 11-yard run by Hubbard, but watch number 22. Boy, he just nearly laid somebody out.
Yeah, Freeman, a good lead block for him, and Russellville looks like we'll use a timeout now. They've got 2 left after this. Maybe trying to conserve a little time or just reorganize a bit, and we'll see. You were talking about Freeman, number 22.
Timeout.
The lead blocker.
Russellville, their first timeout of the half.
And Freeman out in front of Hubbard. Wow. Nice block right there. Excellent block by Stephen Freeman. Very unselfish player. I'll run the ball. I block whatever it takes, and sets Homewood up with a first down and goal on the 1-yard line.
Freeman, another one of those juniors we've been talking about. He'll be back again. There you see a good shot of the young man there, and he'll be back playing again next year for Bob Newton's club. Both of these teams heavily junior laden.
We talk about these two programs, and Perry Swindle's been at Russellville for a while, and Bob Newton's been at Homewood for a while. They put in a system, and they just work that system, and every player that comes through plays that system. Doesn't matter what you do, or if you would be stronger in another system, you're going to play in their system. And we see it all over. We saw Rush Probst in the 6A game and Bill Clark down at Prattville. It's the same thing with these coaches. They put their system in, and you're going to play in their system. And if you're going to be successful, you're going to do it playing in their system, and that's what has worked for both of these guys.
The ball rests on the 1. Freeman, 10 carries, 81 yards. Will he get it here? Yes, he will. Will he get it in the end zone? No, he won't.
See if Russellville uses a timeout here. Homewood has a timeout as well, but the time is not a factor for them. The clock's still at 45 seconds. And either way, they've only got 3 more plays left in this possession.
Second and goal. And another goal line stand by Russellville as they shot through the gap and forced Homewood to take their 3rd and final timeout.
Well, now here's your situation. You've got 27 seconds to go. If they choose to run here and don't get in, they will either have to have another play ready or rush the field goal unit on. If they throw in the end zone and it's incomplete, they've got plenty of time to get the field goal unit on there. So what Bob Newton will probably do here is call, in all likelihood, 2, maybe 3 plays in the huddle, 1 for this down and 1 in case they don't make it in, or they will have the field goal team ready to rush on.
Good observation, Ryan, in that you're talking 27 seconds here, and the ball is resting right at the 1. You know, I'm guessing more than likely, because I'm sure Bob Newton realizes there will be some more scoring in the second half. I don't think he wants to settle for 3 points here.
Now, I wonder if they may throw here just to ensure that they get the play in halftime to run the field goal unit on, should they choose to do that.
Yeah, I think they probably will. But who knows?
You know, 27 seconds sounds like an eternity, but you have to, you know, when the play is blown dead, there's probably going to be about 18 seconds on the clock, and they would have difficulty time getting it in.
But one advantage they do have is they don't huddle anyway.
You're right.
They're a no-huddle offense. Well, we're about to find out.
Watch the bootleg.
The brain trust has met. The decision has been made. What's it going to be? It's going to be Hubbard, and he'll take it in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Homewood. With 22 ticks left on the clock here in the second quarter, Homewood has assumed the lead again.
Well, it's academic. Doesn't matter what they did during that timeout. Hubbard is able to run it in. Last time, 2 times down there, he's carried it in after giving it to Freeman. a couple of times, and Homewood will take momentum into the locker room.
Painter's extra point is up, and it's good. Homewood 21 and Russellville 14 with 22 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. The 5A championship is on the line for Russellville. They're still looking for their first since 1968. That's when Bob Newton played for this very Russellville team. As a matter of fact, they won back-to-back championships, 67, 68, but it's been a long drought. And Perry Swindle doing his best to, of course, bring home a championship to Russellville. They have been to this championship. This is now their third consecutive trip to the Super 6, and they're 0 for 3.
You may have seen Bob Newton waving his hand at the official. He's still on him a little bit about the last Homewood kickoff. They felt that the returner called for a fair catch on the pooch kick and then ran it. It would indicate to me they're doing it again, and he's just reminding the official that I think you missed the fair catch last time, so watch a little bit closer. Let's see, first of all, if Homewood uses that sky kick again this time, and secondly, and Russellville thinks they will because they've got most of their men up inside the 20, and secondly, let's watch for the fair catch.
12 plays, 74 yards on that drive for Homewood. It took 3 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. And here's a squibber. That's what you would expect with 22 seconds. It's gathered in by Suggs, and he is taken down. David Green makes the tackle, number 41 for Homewood.
Not really enough time for Russellville to do much. They'll probably try to complete one deep here and see if maybe they could get out of bounds or use a timeout and have a Hail Mary at the end of the half or something of that nature.
Well, they have 2 times out left, and as coaches say, it doesn't do any good to take them in the locker room. But let's see if that's what Perry wants to do. Helms goes out in the flat to McCullough. He'll take it up to about the 38-yard line. That is a first down, so the clock does stop to move the chains, but there's only 6 seconds left in the quarter. So perhaps we might see a Hail Mary, and we've got an injury timeout as well.
Scott Lee, he's had a heck of a half, and he was in on the tackle there and has struggled to get up. He's had one good half of football, and that's Homewood secondary, though.
Let's look at it again and see if we can detect where he got injured on the play.
Yeah, number 26 in red. Looks like his knee is hurting. Let's see if maybe McCullough helmet to knee action or something like that. He was collapsed a little bit when McCullough basically ran him over.
Yeah, it was kind of in an, he was already sitting down,
yeah,
and
kind of awkward.
Yeah, it kind of bent him backwards there.
McCullough's a load too. I mean, when you get run over by a guy with a full head of steam like that, and they're looking at his right knee, that's a shame because, as I said, Scott Lee has been the defensive MVP in this first half for Homewood.
Yeah, they're going to need him. That's never a good sign when they're trying to rattle that knee around, but he's a tough guy. Scott gets up, and he's got all halftime to try to get himself back in this game, but that's not well, it's not as bad as I thought. He's at least putting a little bit of weight on it.
And now what you do is you look at Daniel Hayes, the junior defensive back, who will replace Lee. He's number 10. Well, yeah, I mean, I think you do. They've only got one play anyway, but you look at the new guy and try to test him maybe.
That's always a good sign. He runs off under his own power.
Hayes is at the top of the screen, number 10.
Fields will probably let it fly. He loads it up. He fires it downfield and throws into double coverage. And the ball falls harmlessly to the ground, and that's going to do it. The first half has come to an end. With your score, it's Homewood 21 and Russellville 14. Don't go away. We got a big halftime coming your way. Baptist Health Systems halftime report with Chris Blackshear. That'll be coming your way. His special guest will be Birmingham News high school reporter Ron Ingram, who's a legend in this state, does a great job, or in his mind, I don't know, either in this state or a legend in his mind. But he's a great guy, and he'll have that interview. We're going to go down on the field here in just a moment and visit with Keely Davidson.
Bob Newton has to be happy when he talks to Keely about what his team did after giving up that early touchdown.
Let's go down to Keely. Keely, what do you got for us?
All right, thanks, guys. Coach Newton's trying to get the timing down so he knows how long to keep the guys in his locker room. But, Coach Newton, you've got to have momentum going in with that last touchdown.
Yeah, we're 7 points ahead. That's always momentum. But, again, we need to play a little tougher. They're playing hard. They're throwing those little passes out there, and we can't get some out there. And those two backs are very good at it. So we're going to have to adjust a little bit. We will. Coach Wright and them will adjust, and we get the ball first, so maybe we can do something when we get the ball.
What about the turnovers? There's been some of that here in the first half.
We weren't supposed to have any turnovers, remember? Okay. We said that was going, but sometimes the turnovers come because somebody's knocking them around pretty good. But yeah, we've had some turnovers. We got one from them too, so we got one of theirs. And hey, I thought it'd be a good ball game. It is a good ball game. I bet the second half's going to be much the same.
All right, I'll take that bet. Hope your stopwatch is ready, Coach. Get them in the locker room.
Thank you very much, Keeley. Let's head to the halftime break with your score on the Mountain View scoreboard. It's Homewood 21, Russellville 14.
This holiday season, give the gift of great entertainment. Order your free 4-room DirecTV system, including standard installation now, and receive 3 months of HBO and Cinemax free. DirecTV gives access to over 225 channels, with 30 premium movie, 25 sports, favorite top family, high definition, and commercial-free music. Call 1-888-777-2042 and order your free 4-room DirecTV system, including installation, and get 3 months of HBO and Cinemax free. Call Direct Satellite TV, 1-888-777-2042.
She's got vision. She's got ambition. She's got a family. And she's got Alpha Insurance. There's a reason one of Alabama's oldest insurance companies protects so many of Alabama's youngest families. Call Alpha and let us show you why.
Phew, boy, that was some storm last night.
I can do without the bird bath, thanks.
I mean, there were times I thought our perch was going to go kaput.
Worrying about nothing, as usual.
Nothing? How can you say nothing?
Because those humans are always out here working on these lines, making sure they're safe and secure enough to withstand a storm.
Wow. They do all that just so we have a safe place to perch?
You know, I'm beginning to understand where the term bird brain comes from.
Halftime at the Super 6 is brought to you by Baptist Health System. More than 7,000 physicians and associates providing a healthcare ministry in Greater Birmingham for over 80 years. Baptist Health System, answering the call. Now your halftime host, Chris Blackshear.
We are at halftime of the 5A state championship game. Homewood leads Russellville in a shootout, 21-14. Let's go down to the field here at the Hoover Met and listen in to the Russellville Marching 100. Health System halftime report. I'm your host, Chris Blackshear. Joining me now is the Birmingham News high school football sports guru, Ron Ingle. You joined us on the 3A state championship game over at Legion Field Thursday. Thanks for stopping back by.
Glad to be here, Chris. A little cool out here.
It is a little chilly, a little bit cooler than it was Thursday afternoon.
Right.
What would be your synopsis of the 2004 Super Six?
It's been good. It's been exciting games. It's been a real good played games. We've had a lot of big plays. Just a lot of fun. And out here at the Hoover Met, it's real intimate. I like it.
When you look at this Homewood and Russellville game here in 5A, how would they match up against Hoover?
Nobody's matched up well with Hoover the last 5 years. I don't know, but they would score.
Now, I want to take you back through the Super Six this year. What's been the best team performance you've seen?
Well, I think the best team performance has to be Demopolis last night. They were just incredible against a great football team, Deschler. Devin Goodwin threw 4 touchdown passes, gave him 51 on the season, and they just really took a 0-0 game and made it into a 35-21 win. It was an incredible win for the folks in Marengo County. And that followed another great performance of Sweetwater beating R.A. Hubbard 35-7. The two Marengo County teams scored 70 points up here, and as they say back home, it was a good time. It was had by all.
What about your biggest disappointment?
Right now, I'd say it's the crowd from Homewood. Of course, it's Saturday afternoon in Birmingham, but Homewood fans should have more people here.
Now, when you were here Thursday, you said your Cinderella was the team we saw earlier today in our 2A state championship game, Woodland.
Right.
They almost pulled off another upset here in the 2A championship game.
Leroy had a great football team, and I thought they played a fantastic ball game. But Woodland stole your hearts by their hustle. They were outmanned, obviously, but into the game, they were still there ready to try to win the game. And you know, I saw a lot of sportsmanship when it was over. Leroy and Woodland, they knew, hey, we've had a good match, and it was a great time. And those Woodland kids go back home. They may have gotten beat, but they didn't go back home as losers.
Ron, I really appreciate you stopping by and spending some more time with us on the halftime report.
Thank you.
Let's send you back down to the Hoover Met and listen back in to the Russellville Marching 100. We are at halftime in the 5A state championship game. Great performance by the Russellville High School marching band. Homewood leads Russellville 21-14.
Anna, will you take me to the library? Not right now, I'm a little busy.
For car insurance your growing family can afford.
Hey, Anna, I need to ride to my volleyball game.
I need to go to football practice.
After I finish my homework.
There's no better place to call than Alpha.
Anna, do you want to go to the mall? Yeah.
Hello, car insurance rate. And fast, fair claim service.
Call Alpha.
Anthony Parker here. Hi, Anthony. How are you? What can I do for you today? Remember that money that we needed to help out with that little home addition?
Yes, I sure do.
We're ready.
Baby, won't you let me get to know you? Put my loving arms around you.
You plus us equals we. Loans for dreams. From the relationship people. AmSouth Bank.
Phew, boy, that was some storm last night.
I can do without the bird bath, thanks.
I mean, there were times I thought our perch was going to go kaput.
Worrying about nothing, as usual.
Nothing? How can you say nothing?
Because those humans are always out here working on these lines, making sure they're safe and secure enough to withstand a storm.
Wow. They do all that just so we have a safe place to perch?
You know, I'm beginning to understand where the term bird brain comes from.
What is Encore?
Encore is improved sports performance for speed, strength, and endurance.
What is Encore?
Encore is speech, occupational, and physical therapy. Encore is fully equipped fitness centers in Daphne, Mobile, and Biloxi.
What is Encore?
Encore is golf analysis and baseball clinics. Encore is athletic trainers in Gulf Coast schools. What is Encore? Encore is for you. Encore sports performance and physical rehabilitation.
We've all heard about it. Some athlete or someone we know has collapsed and then been saved by a defibrillator. Now this life-saving advancement is available to everyone. StopHeartAttack.com carries the latest defibrillator technology that has already saved countless people nationwide. Recent advancements in defibrillators make them portable, affordable, and best of all, easy to use. Just follow the voice prompts. StopHeartAttack.com has made it easy for you to have this life-saving technology at your business, school, home, or organization. Visit StopHeartAttack.com today for more information. Saving hearts too young to die. Let's go down and give you an opportunity to listen in to the Homewood Patriots Marching Band along with the Star Spangled Girls. We've been talking about leadership lessons for life, the entire 2004 Super 6, available at most major book retail outlet chains, or also www.brooksport.com. And joining us here on the Baptist Health System Halftime Report to talk about the book is the author of the book, David White. David, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Chris. Good to be here.
Now, you've been in the print media your entire career. When did you come up with the idea to write this book?
A friend of mine and I, Bobby Frazee, he's a friend of mine who's an editor, book publisher. We got together a couple years ago and brainstormed, wanted to write a book, and came up with the idea of high school coaches mixed in with quotes, and came up with the idea for leadership back in about 2000.
Now, you traveled over 4,500 miles to interview the coaches for this book, and you came up with 45 high school football coaches throughout the state of Alabama. How did you come up with that list?
Well, Chris, I've been covering the state since 1990 and know the coaches well and know the good ones, and felt like I had a pretty good grasp of that and decided I'd make a list and go with it.
And David, when you look at the book, it really talks about believing in yourself, the importance of hard work and dedication. How important are those characteristics in young athletes in today's environment?
Oh, they're critical. I mean, work ethic, belief, perseverance, that's what these coaches teach. That's what they believe. And the kids follow that lead.
Now, traveling around the state interviewing these coaches, if you had to pick one coach that was the most pleasure to interview, who would you pin that on?
I really enjoyed seeing Steve Savarese Daphne. He had me in his office, and he gave me all the time I needed. We talked for 30, 45 minutes. one of his kids came in the office telling me he'd gotten a scholarship to Grambling. He gave him a big hug. Gave him a big hug, so it was kind of nice.
Now, both coaches in the 5A title game here tonight are featured in your book. A lot of the quotes they made in the book, how are you seeing that reflected in their teams on the field here this evening?
Well, I tell you, they're both great coaches. They've been here. Bob Newton's going for his 4th state championship. Perry Swindoll's in his 3rd state championship game. I mean, they get it done, and they are fine coaches.
Dan Washman, executive director of the Alabama High School Athletic Association, also wrote the foreword to the book. How important was that in getting the endorsement from the High School Association?
Oh, it was great. I went down and saw Dan in 2002, the summer 2002, and he accepted he loved the idea, gave me some coaches' names who he thought should be in the book, who I used a couple of them, Ronnie Altzalter and Moose Godwin, and got me started and gave me a great endorsement.
Well, David, it's a great book. I've had an opportunity to read it. I really appreciate you stopping by.
Chris, can I say where you can get it?
Yes, well, we had the website a moment ago, www.brooksport.com.
Correct.
We're at halftime in the 5A state championship game. Homewood leads Russellville 21-14.
Season's best. Experience the magic at your Cadillac dealer today. Breakthrough.
Introducing the all-new Dodge Dakota. It has a lot more of what you're looking for. Power. The only V8 under 20,000. Size. The biggest overall interior room. Capability. Up to 7,000 pounds of towing capacity. In fact, there's only one thing Dakota doesn't have a lot of. Competition. The all-new Dakota. It's a lot more truck for a whole lot less. Now qualified returning Daimler Chrysler lessees can grab a Dodge Dakota, one of America's hottest products, for just $199 a month.
This weekend, including Sunday from 1 till 5, Standard Furniture is having their annual open house, and they're actually giving furniture away. It's simple. For every $100 worth of furniture you buy, we'll give you an additional $50 worth absolutely free. Buy $1,000 worth and get $500 free. Plus, this weekend, we'll give you this beautiful Christmas ornament just for coming in absolutely free. Don't miss it, the weekend free furniture giveaway. Only at Standard Furniture, where we make your house a home.
Get your down payment back.
Say that again.
Make all your payments on time and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama makes this exclusive offer. Now for a limited time, buy any car and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama will return your down payment every dollar. Ask your salesperson how. The name has changed, but great deals on rock-solid cars are the same.
Hey, you got a job. You got a car at Cars Alabama.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready to start the second half momentarily. Homewood leading 21-14. Here is Keely Davidson with Coach Perry Swindoll.
Thanks, guys. Coach Swindoll, I saw you talking over the sidelines with your quarterback pretty intensely when he is on the sidelines. What are you telling him and for your offense?
Well, he's a great quarterback, but you can't turn the ball over on the 20-yard line and expect to win a state championship. So we discussed that pretty heatedly, of course. You can't turn it over, and we knew that coming in this ball game that, you know, turnovers and penalties are going to be the difference in the ball game, and that's where it is right now. If we don't turn it over, it's 14-14. So, you know, what we want to do is we want our defense to make a couple of stops and play a little harder. We want our offense to come out and drive it and get tied up and then try to go ahead at the end.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half. Guys?
Thank you very much. Keely Davidson along with Herb Winches and Ryan Brown. Ryan Brown handling our color work here this afternoon. And let's take a look at some first half stats. Jeremy Helms, the talented junior quarterback. Let's look at some highlights from the first half, Ryan.
Helms to Michael Abernathy, the first touchdown of the game on that opening drive, but Stephen Freeman would answer the long touchdown run when he gets the block from his quarterback and goes the distance. That made it 7-7. Then Russellville would turn the ball over as Helms takes the shot. And Homewood was in business on the short field. They would cash in. The touchdown run by Hubbard makes it 14-7, and then Helms sneaks over for the quick touchdown before the end of the half. The pass completion to Tyler Robbins, and then Hubbard for his second touchdown of the game. on the quarterback keeper, and that made it 21-14 at the half.
And look at some of the stats there, and anything that you see that sort of stands out.
You know, a pretty evenly played game. As a matter of fact, you look at the total yards, they're pretty close. The rushing yards, maybe a little bit of a surprise. This number here, the passing yards, just 77 passing yards for Russellville. They're accustomed to maybe a few more passing yards when you look at their season numbers in a half of football. Good job by that Homewood secondary. We talked a lot in the first half about Scott Lee and the Homewood secondary, who limped off at the end of the first half, but he and the rest of that Patriot secondary really shutting down the Russellville passing attack.
I'll tell you, the numbers there, what I think is very impressive, and that's red zone. Both teams are a perfect 2 for 2. So when they get it inside the 20, they get the job done. As we get ready to start this second half, we're about to crown our 6th and final champion here for the 2004 high school football season. Want to say a big thank you to all the corporate sponsors, the Monday Morning Quarterback Club, and especially the Alabama High School Athletic Association, headed up by its executive director, Dan Washman, who does a marvelous job for the high schools in this area. And you see some of the fans on hand here at the Hoover Met, a great venue.
And the sideline heaters, which come in handy.
I want to thank Hoover's Finest for that, just in the nick of time.
We got one here in the booth. They've got them down on the sidelines as well.
And the second half is now underway. Freeman hauls it in at about the 15. He'll take it back out to the 25, just over the 25. And Homewood will begin its first possession at their own 26. The tackle made there by Blake Grosh.
Well, the Homewood offense was clicking on all cylinders at the end of the first half. They got off to a pretty good start, but turned it over on a couple of possessions there in the first quarter. But after those 2 turnovers, they were almost impossible to stop.
Trips right for Homewood. The handoff to Freeman. He's got nowhere to run. Very little gain of any. As Bryant Bonds was there to make the stop for the Russellville Golden Tigers. Good shot there of Bob Newton, the veteran head coach of the Homewood Patriots. 108-24 in his career. Here's a long pass to Hawthorne. He's got it. He'll take it all the way. 10-5. Touchdown, Homewood. Oh, my. 74 yards. And lightning strikes early here in the second half. They set it up beautifully, Ryan.
They did, and Rodney Suggs and Rashad Graham got absolutely roasted by Hawthorne. He was in the secondary in a hurry, and this is just pitch and catch. Look how much separation he has from the defense. And once he gets in the clear, you can forget it. He's got great speed, and he just absolutely roasted the corners there.
74 yards. It is the longest 5A pass completion for a touchdown in Super 6 history. So Homewood has put itself in the 5A history books, and they've also put themselves up by 14 as they lead it now 28-14 over the Russellville Golden Tigers as they strike early here in the third quarter.
Well, give credit to Bob Newton's staff. He obviously saw something he liked at the end of the first half there. They came out with a set play to start the second half. And I would say it worked. It was wide open in the second half. Clearly the coaches saw something in the booth they liked.
They're now down by 14 is Russellville. The question you have to ask Coach Perry Swindle, will they panic? He answers it for us. We'll do that right after the kickoff. We'll get that after the kick, so we'll hear if he's worried about being down by 14 to Homewood.
We got to run 35, 40 plays. We got to get back out there and do it. Hey, this is right here.
Painter, a little pooch kick. It falls at the 30. Picking it up will be McCullough. Or is it it's Suggs that got a hold of it. Michael Oliver on the tackle there for Homewood. So while we have a second, again, are you going to panic, Coach?
A couple minutes of that ball game to win it. We also came from behind at Moody week 5 after the hurricane week break and won in a hostile environment in a stadium that we had really struggled in for the whole game, and came from behind and won. So I think coming from behind gave our kids some confidence.
Well, they'll need plenty of confidence because they are indeed behind by 14 as Homewood strikes early in the third. Helms out to McCullough. He's got real estate. 35, 40, 45, all the way out to the 48-yard line before Homewood finally wrestles him down. Rodney Shepard in on the tackle there for the Patriots. So just like that, Russellville responds after the opening kickoff here in the second half that led to a quick Homewood score. 19 yards. That's the gain on that play. First down, Russellville.
You know, this half has all the trappings of an offensive shootout because both these offenses played well in the first half. They just shot themselves in the foot with turnovers. And if they can avoid those turnovers, I think you could see a pretty good offensive fireworks show here.
Speaking of fireworks, there's Helms throwing deep and overthrows his intended receiver, Michael Abernathy. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. You're right, Ryan. I'm not going to be surprised if this turns out to be the highest scoring game of this Super 6. We're used to these two. A lot of fireworks. We've already made mention the fact that in 2002, when Homewood won their most recent state title, they played Russellville, and it was a shootout, 31-28, out at Birmingham's Legion Field. 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Tigers. Helms marks out the signals, hands off, left side. Here's Abernathy. The freshman digs for extra yardage, and he'll have yet another first down for the Golden Tigers. Chad McCauley in on the stop there for Homewood. 17 yards.
Yeah, you'll see him get the corner here. And when he is in the open field and able to lower his head, he is a load to take down. Abernathy, we talked about the freshman now. Freshman, 5'11", 222.
That's what's amazing to me. And he is really put together. He is a fine-looking physical specimen. Hard to believe he's just 14, 15 years old, but he is. Helms fakes it, did a little double pump, and then throws it out to the left side, and number 81, Chris Trapp, could not come up with a grab. There you see Chris Trapp, a junior wide receiver. We've talked about all the juniors playing in this game for both clubs. So don't be surprised if you don't see these two teams back in the state 5A championship again next year. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. Abernathy. Left side. Spins, turns, picks up about 7 on the play. Aaron Field for Homewood. Comes up with a tackle there. I don't think there's any question you're looking at 4-down territory here.
Yeah, they've shown all night they're willing to go for it on 4 downs. Again, Abernathy over the left side. Like I talked about, he is just so difficult to bring down, especially if he can get any sort of head of steam.
Matter of fact, Russellville's better on 4th down than they are 3rd. Handoff, McCullough. He's got speed, and he's got a first down. The drive continues for the Golden Tigers. Maurice McCullough. Talented tailback, the senior, 5'11", 175. Another look on the Jacks instant replay.
Yeah, just the inside handoff out of the shotgun. You'll see Shepard, Rodney Shepard, the defensive lineman, backside pursuit, chasing it down.
He is a very active linebacker. Here's a fake by Helms, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage by the heart of that defensive front for the Patriots. Stan Galbraith in on the stop as well, teaming there with Aaron Field. 9:06 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Galbraith, as you can see, has had a huge day. 13 tackles. Are you kidding me?
He came into the game with a 134 on the season. It's actually a little above his average, what he's got today.
Split back. McCullough changes direction, tries the left side, and he is going to be close to maybe getting back a little bit past the line of scrimmage, but it's still going to bring up 3rd and long. Picks up a short gain on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. The ball is resting at the Homewood 17-yard line. We've already mentioned the fact that regardless if they don't make it here, we expect them to go for it on 4th down. A shuttle pass. And it's no good. So then indeed we will see 4th down. And I'm guessing we'll see them go for it down by 14.
And it's not just a gambler's mentality. I just don't think field goals are going to do a heck of a lot for you in this game. I mean, it's a 14-point game, and the Homewood offense has only stopped themselves. So I'm not sure that field goals are helping you much here. I don't think there's any doubt that Perry Swindle knew all along that this was 4-down territory.
And we've talked about the fact that Russellville's been a lot better on 4th down and 3rd. They're trying to convert their 4th consecutive 4th down play. Helms rolling out to his right. And he overthrows his intended receiver. In the end zone there was number 24, Craig Bullion, but he was nowhere near getting close to making this catch. We'll take a look at it one more time from our end zone camera. Let's take a break. Your score, Homewood 28, Russellville 14.
There's a hunger that comes from way down deep. And there's only one way to satisfy it. To pull together as a team. And reach that zone where jaws drop and headlines are made. Jack celebrates the teams that make it happen. Are you hungry? Make us part of the game. We're built for winners.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
It's free installation.
And it was cheaper than cable. You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Give me the money.
Get it.
Sorry, man. Oh, I feel terrible.
Oh, no, it's on me, sir.
I bet you like an autograph, huh?
Whatever.
Yeah, I can't believe it's me either.
Back here at the Hoover Met, Homewood takes over on downs with 8:05 to go in the 3rd. There you see it for yourself on the Mountain Dew scoreboard. Here's a handoff. This time to Tyler Robbins. And Robbins picks up some good yardage on that first down play. Bryant Bond is in on the tackle.
Asa Griggs, number 15. You see him coming to the corner of your screen. Wide receiver threw an excellent block on the corner there to open up Robbins on the edge. That's something in this type of offense. Your receivers, they'll get to catch the passes, but they got to block some too.
2nd and 2, a lot of options for Homewood. Inside handoff, and it goes there to number 2, Ladarius Woods, the sophomore running back. 5'7", 155, a little scat back. No gain on the play. As a matter of fact, he looks like he may have lost a half a yard. We'll call it 3 and a 3rd rather and a long 2. Hubbard looking, dumps it out, and Robbins can't handle it. And so Homewood will be forced to punt it away.
Well, Robbins would have had the first down. An awkward pass by Hubbard as he was rolling to his left, trying to dump the ball off to Robbins. And Robbins had plenty of running room and would have easily picked up the 3 yards necessary for the first down and then some. Like I said, just an awkward pass because of the angle. You watch Hubbard rolling, and first of all, he's got to deal with a defender and do it a little bit too high to Robbins, but he had plenty of running room.
Went off the top of his helmet. Michael Painter. They lost their regular punter, Brad Wilson, a couple of weeks ago in the playoffs, and they're going with Painter, and he gets off a nice kick. And it's a Homewood bounce, but it bounces right in the arm of Maurice McCullough, and he breaks through, and he's into the secondary, and he's got a big gainer on the return, and they're going to have field position. Oh, hang on just a moment. There is a penalty on the play. Let's see if it's going to go against Russellville. There's a flag on the play.
I would say at least 80% of the flags on punts are blocks in the back.
Maybe 90%.
Maybe 90. Could be 91 after that one.
That was a good effort by Michael Painter. First punt of the game for Homewood.
We got block in the back on the return. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down.
When you think about it, you see a flag, certainly when it's behind the punt or behind the return, you almost always assume it's a block in the back. And it was that time.
So they'll begin their possession here even further back. Slip screen. And the completion. And Williams takes it up to about the 41-yard line. And again, that guy, number 90, Rodney Shepard, has just had a huge, huge game.
Abernathy and Neesmith blocking upfield. And you watch as Bullion sells the out and then back in for the slip screen, slipping back in behind the blockers that are upfield for him. Nice gain of 8.
Wide outs to either side for Russellville. The handoff, it goes up the middle. And again, it is Maurice McCullough. He's been very busy today, but that was to be expected. Pickup of 8 yards on the play.
Excuse me, Montre McCullough, the lineman, slow getting up. He's going to have to go out of the game, limping off right now. And he will be replaced by Drew Mansell, the junior, 5'11", 187. So you give up almost 50 pounds in that substitution.
Montre, as we mentioned, the younger brother of the running back, Maurice. Here's a fake and a keeper. Right side, big yardage for Helms. The quarterback keeper, right side, and Russellville's got something going here. It's a drive they really need. 5:24 to go. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, on the Jack's Instant Replay, you're going to see, first of all, at the end of the run, that Chad McCauley makes a touchdown-saving tackle, a simple option. And it's the quarterback keeper on the option, and once he gets to the right side, had tons of running room, and really he and McCauley the only two on that side of the field.
17-yard pickup for Helms. He's had a huge game running and throwing. He is a playmaker on this Russellville offense. Big time. He's got the ball, takes the handoff. Plenty of time back there. He's pressured. Homewood puts pressure. He throws it down the field, and it's no good. No receiver anywhere in the vicinity. Homewood did a nice job there in covering all the receivers coming out for Russellville. You see a good shot of Bob Newton. Looking for yet another state championship.
On that play, and we'll see if they go back to it. Thorne was the man in motion, number 18. And he ran a pattern out into the flats and had a blocker in front of him. And once the action went to the right side, he was wide open and would have waltzed in the end zone. The problem is so much pressure that Helms didn't have time to spot it.
Little confusion in the backfield. As you saw Helms and Abernathy, they rubbed shoulder pads, but still got a couple of yards on the play before Aaron Field came in there to make the tackle for the Homewood Patriots. 4:40 and the clock is ticking, as you see on the Mountain Dew scoreboard. Homewood leading by 2, 28-14. 2-touchdown lead for the Patriots. Third down. They're only 2 of 7 this afternoon. Make that 3 of 7. Homewood had him, he got loose. But he couldn't get loose from Dominic Porter. The junior defensive lineman shot through there, and Helms squirmed away momentarily, but Porter would have nothing to do with it.
I don't know how Helms broke the first tackle. He's dead to rights there, but you're not going to get away from Porter. I mean, you're talking about Helms going up against a guy that's 6 foot 210 and can move like that. And another 4th down, but now this one is 4th and 16. And it still looks like that Perry Swindle is strongly considering going for this.
Wow, I can't believe that. By the way, that was Porter's 12th sack on the season. Loss of 9 on the play. It's 4th and 16. And Helms, he's going to throw back across, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Homewood. And the Patriots are in business at their own 40. And picking it off was Kenny Baker. The sophomore defensive back comes up with another huge play and a big stop for the Homewood Patriots.
Kenny Baker was watching Helms, and you'll see Helms throw the ball off his back foot. He doesn't shift his weight well. See that? He's off his back foot, and Baker is just spying him the entire time and broke on the ball the minute it was thrown.
The sophomore takes it back 13 yards after the interception. So another drive is stopped by Homewood. Your score, it's Homewood 28, Russellville 14.
205 F-150 start at just $18,990. This is the final countdown for the year-end closeout at Townsend Ford. If you hurry, there's still time to cash in with big savings on the next generation of Ford. All Explorers and Expeditions are reduced. Drive the all-new 500 sedan for only $273 a month. New Freestyle just $269 a month. New Expedition only $299 a month. Financing starts at 0%. Or take up to $6,000 cash back. This is the final countdown for closeout savings. So hurry to your down-to-earth dealer, Townsend Ford.
Tell them Toby sent you.
You like Church's big, juicy, crunchy tenders, so you're gonna love Church's new Tender Lovers Chicken Sandwich, the TLC. Fall in love with big, juicy, crunchy tenders with their famous tender loving sauce served on a steamy sesame seed hoagie with fries for only $2.99. There's a whole lot of TLC at Church's. We gotta have that crunch. Church's.
Every day, more than 5,000 staff members of the Baptist Health System answer the call to serve, to comfort, and to heal. The Baptist Health System.
Get your down payment back.
Say that again.
Make all your payments on time and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama makes this exclusive offer. Now for a limited time, buy any car and get your down payment back. Cars Alabama will return your down payment every dollar. Ask your salesperson how. The name has changed, but great deals on rock-solid cars are the same.
Hey, you got a job. You got a car at Cars Alabama.
It's a beautiful but chilly evening here at the Hoover Met as we're about to wrap up the 5A state championship, the final of 6. This is it. 3:17 to go here in the third quarter of play. The handoff to Freeman, left side, left guard, picks up about 2 on the play. Ryan, I want to go back to that 4th and 16. I mean, Perry Swindle is an outstanding coach. His record speaks for itself, 154 and 49. But I'd have to question that. Nearly 15 minutes to go in this game. You're only down by 2 scores. You have a very talented football team that can score. I was surprised at 4th and 16.
Yeah, they've gone for every 4th down, and apparently, they've just decided they are not going to punt in this game if they are on the flush side of the 50.
Look at this, a little underhanded to that guy, and that would be the speedster. number 2. What a play there by Jarius Woods. Jarius Woods, oh my, it was a little underhanded toss there by Hubbard, and you had all of the flow going to the right side, and Woods comes from the left side. Look at this again. A little underhanded toss. I haven't seen that very much. And what a play by Woods.
At the end of this play, you're going to see number 82, Wilson Boardman. He has his man blocked. He's not on the screen yet. Look at him. He's got his man blocked entirely down the field. He had his man blocked 60 yards down the field into the end zone.
58 yards on that play by Jarius Woods, and that goes down as a pass. And here is Hubbard in the end zone. Touchdown, Homewood. Now they've broken the game open. His 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. The junior quarterback picks up his 3rd rushing touchdown of the afternoon.
Well, Homewood made them pay for going for the 4th down and long. They scored 2 plays later after taking over the possession, get 60 yards.
Painter's extra point is up and good. And now Homewood has a commanding lead in this game at 35-14. Let's get an update down on the field. Keely Davidson is down there. Keely, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, we heard Coach Swindle at half talking about his quarterback and the interception factor. Well, right after he threw the last interception, he came off the field. Jeremy Helms walked by himself. His team was trying to get around him, talk to him, tell him, hey, we're still in there, hang in there. He said, no, I have to be by myself. He said, I'm the quarterback. I've got to get my mind focused, and I've got to get back in this game. So let's see if we can do it right here, guys.
We're going to find out. Thank you very much, Keely. It's a 21-point deficit that they have to deal with right now. And I'm like you, Ryan. Homewood will make you pay. They have got a quick strike offense. And when you give them that kind of field position, I felt they would have been much better off punting it and hoping perhaps they could get a turnover or at least keep Homewood pinned up deep in their own territory. But the fact that they gambled on 4th and 16, 4th and 4, 4th and 2, I might have understood. But that's a hard one to figure out, and they paid for it. Here's that little pooch kick again. One of the upbacks. And it's going to be McCullough. He gets it back to the 38-yard line, and that's where they will begin this offensive possession. As Stan Galbraith yet in on another tackle. They have moved McCullough to the upback. You know, he's been the deep back, but since Homewood has elected most of this game to go with the little pooch kick, they've moved him up, so that was a smart move there.
Well,
by Coach Swindle.
What it has done is it's given Russellville great field position off those pooch kicks. The only problem is Homewood's kicking it off a lot because they keep scoring.
Here's McCullough, and what a stick there by Shepard. Oh, boy. We got to hear that one again.
Yeah, Rodney Shepard, from his defensive line position, just absolutely laid McCullough out.
Listen to this. Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah, face mask right in the chest.
2nd down and 8. Split backs. Helms in the shotgun. Takes to Abernathy. The screen. Abernathy. He's got one-on-one, and you're not going to tackle him in the open field before he picks up extra yardage.
This one's coming back. Man in motion was Craig Bullion, the receiver. On the bottom side of the screen, near side here, was in motion at the time of the snap.
You know, it's tough enough when you have to overcome a 21-point deficit, but when you make a big play and then you have a penalty, well, that just destroys your confidence.
Yeah, nice play here. They just set up as McCullough slips out into the flat. He had plenty of running room, and it's a shame that the player, it was on the entire opposite side from the play, just got a little anxious and jumped.
Let's get the call from referee Don English.
Illegal motion on the offense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay the down.
So instead of a 1st down up at the 48, it's now 2nd down and 13 from their own 34. Another costly mistake by the Russellville Golden Tigers trying to get back in this 5A championship game. Down by 21. The snap. Helms, reverse rollout, and he is going to be, well, he gets free. Can you believe that? What a great individual effort, and he's still on his feet. He drags tacklers all the way down inside the 45, all the way down to the 42. I thought for sure that he was just going to be stopped for another big loss.
Well, Keeley told us that he was on the sidelines by himself trying to collect his thoughts, and I think he obviously has. This is just all him. I mean, this is individual effort. I don't know how he breaks that tackle, but then watch once he gets down the sideline. He's got the ball in the wrong arm, but he continues to break tackles and finally gets dragged down after picking up a first down and a big chunk of yardage.
22 yards, as a matter of fact, on that keeper. Big first down. Here's Abernathy, left side. He's got some running room, and he's got speed. He turns it up and picks up nearly 10 on the play. Stan Galbraith. How many more times are we going to call his name in this championship? What a phenomenal ball game this young man has had for the Homewood defense.
Nice seal block by Torrey Gross, the senior offensive lineman, wears number 50, 6'2", 260. Sealed off the corner that time, allowing Abernathy to pick up the 9 yards. And now offensive coach's dream, second down and 1. A lot of options here.
Harry Swindle, he's making the calls from the sideline, and he has called McCullough's number right up the middle. They'll have the first down, and that's probably going to be, after they mark it, the first down and restart the clock, that's probably going to be the final play of this third quarter.
That's a tall order in the fourth quarter to make up 21 points on Homewood. Russellville certainly has the firepower to do it, but at some point they got to stop Homewood. That's what they've struggled with really ever since the end of the first quarter.
They've got 8 seconds to get it off before the quarter ends, and they're going to try to get one final play, and they're going to make it. Hills, the pitch to McCullough. And he's wrestled down by a host of tacklers, including Chad McCullough. And that's going to do it. 3 quarters in the book. Who's going to win the state 5A championship? We'll find out in the fourth.
This is the story of 2 families and 2 kinds of internet service.
Daddy, can you help me with my school project? It's due tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, this is gonna be a long night.
You think so?
Honey, we have dial-up.
Why deal with slow internet service when Bell South Fast Access DSL starts at just $9.95 a month for the first 6 months? You can connect in an instant, download in a flash, even use your phone while you're online. Try that with dial-up.
I'm gonna call Mom. Oh, sorry.
So why wait? Call now to get Bell South Fast Access DSL starting at $9.95 a month for the first 6 months.
Done already?
Get it now with a free DSL modem and free activation. It's one decision you won't lose any sleep over.
Dad, you're the coolest. Dad, we're gonna be late for school.
Bell South. Listening, answering.
Anthony Parker here. Hi, Anthony. How are you? What can I do for you today? Remember that money that we needed to help out with that little home addition?
Yes, I sure do.
We're ready.
Baby, won't you let me get to know you? Put my loving arms around you.
You plus us equals we. Loans for dreams. From the relationship people. AmSouth Bank.
Every morning, you'll find Mary at the gym, working on one of the most important aspects of her job, using the Thumb-O-Matic 1000 to chisel the muscles she needs. Mary knows her thumb makes all the difference when counting money at Alabama Telco, and you want a strong and accurate thumb count when it's your money. So stop by and visit. We just might challenge you to a game of thumb wrestling. Alabama Telco Credit Union. Big enough to make a difference, small enough to know the difference.
We're down to the final 12 minutes of the Super 6 championships, capping it off here with a great game today for the 5A title. As you look at some of the quick stats through 3 quarters, it's all Homewood right now. Russellville on an important drive. And the pass just off the fingertips of Michael Abernathy. That would have been a big play because he had a lot of green in front of him.
Well, another 3rd down and long, and I think it's quite obvious now that Russellville is in 4-down territory anywhere on the field.
Yeah, if you'll go for it on 4th and 16, and now that you're in the 4th quarter, you're down by 21, I have a feeling, yeah, you will go for it no matter what the yardage is on 4th down if they get that to a 4th down. Here's a handoff, and Abernathy left side. Picks up some pretty decent yardage there. Out of bounds to stop the clock. Knocked out of bounds there by Chad McCulley, who's also been active.
A 9-yard gain. You'll see it on the Jack's instant replay. Abernathy kind of loses his feet there, and McCulley strings out the play, and it will be 4th and very short, though I think the officials are finally going to measure.
I believe a measurement indeed has been called. Don English and his crew said we'll do just that. And while we have a moment, you know, you cannot do these championships unless you have great corporate sponsorship. And we are proud along the Super 6 television network that we have plenty of that. And in particular, Victory Pontiac, GMC Trucks of Calera. The sideline cam has been sponsored by Victory Pontiac. As you see, their logo and their sign there that is on the sideline cart. They've been a part of this championship the last several years, and we want to certainly thank all the fine folks out there. Easy to find, I-65, Calera. Right there by the Shelby County Airport. I heard that from afar. Yeah, you're right. Close to exit 25.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, pretty close. I know this, anytime you hit 65 south, you can't miss it. Big dealership there on the right-hand side. We appreciate their participation all week long. Here's him on a 1st down play. He is tripped up. Tripped up there by Reggie Graham. Another good defensive play by the Patriots. And if you'll notice that all the calls offensively are coming from Coach Perry Swindle on the sidelines. As quarterback Helms before, just like Homewood, they go with the no huddle. Here's a handoff. Right tackle. Spinning, driving. That's McCullum.
Now that's something we've not seen much of, or really any of tonight, is a huddle on the field. Neither one of these teams huddles. They may huddle around their coaches on the sidelines, but once they get inside those hash marks, the huddles are over. All the plays are called from the sidelines. The players have the armbands with the plays on them. So once they get the signal, they know, based on the signals from the sidelines and their armbands, what the play is.
3rd down and 6 from the Homewood 18. Helms being pressured, throws. The ball is tipped, and it falls to the ground. That'll bring up 4th down. And there's no doubt about what will take place here. Down by 21. No option. They'll go for it. Galbraith got a hand on it to knock it away.
They've run a lot of slip screens and a lot of screens to McCullough.
16 tackles. That ties a Super 6 5A record for young Mr. Stan Galbraith. Congratulations. Over the middle. Complete. And 1st down inside the 5-yard line for Russellville. Take them off the respirator for a moment because they've got life.
D. Smith just runs a slant. Pretty easy pass to make. All he does is make sure he's a step inside of Michael Oliver off the line of scrimmage, and Helms just rifles one in there. And Russellville knocking on the door.
They have responded under pressure situations. They're 4-6 on fourth down. Here is McCullough. He's in for the touchdown. In for the touchdown, Maurice McCullough. And we still have ourselves a ball game. High-scoring affair, 35-20, with the extra point coming from Chris Spivey to try to get it back within 14. And still better than 10 minutes to go in this ball game. Snap is up, down, the kick is good. And it's now a 14-point deficit, 35-21. We're going to keep it right here. That should, I'm guessing, Ryan, give them a little bit more confidence, Russellville. The fact that they know they can score if they would just cut down on the mistakes.
And I don't know, having not seen Russellville this year, what kind of special teams package they have, but if they have one of those sneaky onside kicks, might not be a bad time to use it while you got the momentum. I'm not saying telegraph it and line everyone up on one side, and it looks like Homewood might be thinking the same thing.
They got their good hands team out there, that's for sure.
They've got right now 5 guys within 2 yards of the 50-yard line.
That drive went 12 plays, 63 yards, 4 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock.
These 5 guys are right inside.
Try that again.
The 50-yard line. Hit the wrong button. Got 5 guys inside within 5 yards of the 50-yard line. Should they try one? The hands team was there.
Spivey kicks it deep. It's picked off there by Asia Griggs. He'll take it up to the 30. And that's where Homewood will start this possession at their own 30-yard line. 10 minutes to go in this 5A state championship. What's it going to be? Can Homewood hang on and win yet another state title for veteran coach Bob Newton? In his 10th year as head coach at Homewood, but if you go back to his years as an assistant, he's got over 25 years in this program. Here's Hubbard. He'll keep it right up the middle, and he'll get 10 on the play. Looks to make enough for the first down, right at the 40, and that's where he needed to get, just over the 40, so it looks like it'll be second and maybe short.
This is what Russellville cannot afford. I mean, they got a minimal amount of possessions left anyway. If they're fortunate, it will be 3 in all likelihood, too. They can't allow things like this. Hubbard just on the option. Nice fake, and plenty of running room up the middle.
Hubbard representing 74% of the Homewood offense in this 5A title game. This ought to move it to 75% now with that run as he picks up the first down. Good if you're a Homewood fan and bad if you're for the Russellville Golden Tigers, because that's going to take more time off the clock. Each team, I believe, still has their full complement of times out.
Russellville just has not had very many defensive stops in this game. I mean, Homewood early on had the fumble, they had the interception, they shot themselves in the foot.
I would think Homewood is starting to think about the clock becoming their ally. And indeed they do, because the handoff goes to Freeman. Look at this young man. He is just so tough to break down. Dragging tacklers with him down the field. Finally, Brian Bonds is there to get him to the ground, but not before he picked up a couple of yards on the play.
Freeman, his feet never quit moving. I mean, he's turned backwards, still pumping those legs, digging for extra yardage. And we'll see how committed to running the football Homewood is, because the last 2 plays, they've got to begin this play. Tim Hawthorne, top of your screen in single coverage, 2 straight plays.
And he's looking for Hawthorne. And that time Hubbard just threw it low, and it bounced a good 5 yards in front of the intended receiver, Hawthorne. And that'll bring up third down. Now, that advantage goes to Russellville. The clock stops. Yeah. It's 3rd and long. Russellville trying to get the ball back, and a quick strike to get right back in this game. They trail by 14, as you see it there on our Mountain Dew scoreboard. 8:14 to go in the final game of the 2004 high school football season. Here's the flip screen. And it goes there to Asia Briggs with Justin Rose making the tackle for Russellville. And they'll be short by a good 3.5 yards. So Homewood will be forced to punt the ball. Their second of this ball game. We mentioned the fact that Michael Painter has done an outstanding job filling in for Brad Wilson, who was injured 2 weeks ago in a playoff game. He is the regular punter, but Painter, his first punt today, was better than 39 yards, so he's done a yeoman's job. Good snap, plenty of time. He gets it off, and it's going to bounce at about the 23. It takes a Russellville bounce back to the 24. Let's take a break. 7:24 to go in this state 5A championship. 35-21 Homewood.
These guys win every year. There's a hunger that comes from way down deep. And there's only one way to satisfy it. To pull together as a team. And reach that zone where jaws drop and headlines are made. Jack celebrates the teams that make it happen. Are you hungry? Make us part of the game. We're built for winners.
Why should you switch to DirecTV today?
I was really sick of the way my cable company was treating us.
We didn't know we had options, so we did nothing for years.
Then I got DirecTV.
I had digital cable, and it was crazy. Only some of the channels were actually digital. With DirecTV service, 100% of the channels are digital.
I got my entire DirecTV system for free. It was installed for free, and I even got a free DVD player. I didn't have to buy a thing.
Have you looked at your cable bill lately? I did. I was paying way too much.
With DirecTV, I pay under $40 a month, and I get 125 channels, including my locals.
It's better picture,
better sound,
more channels,
and more reliable.
It's free installation,
and it was cheaper than cable.
You don't have to settle.
Get it direct. Get free installation and free equipment for up to 3 rooms through this special television offer. Plus, while supplies last, you'll receive a DVD player free just for subscribing. Pick up the phone and schedule your installation today.
Just pick up the phone and do it.
Play resumes here at the Hoover Met. 7 minutes, 24 seconds to go for the 5A state crown. Here's him looking downfield, wide open as the defender slips down, and the completion is made across field, and it was complete there to number 24, Craig Bullion, who has really played well himself, and this really gives Russellville life. Kenny Baker fell down on the play. As you might imagine, it's getting ground up here, the turf pretty good. We've had some rain, and it's been soggy, it's been wet, but my hat's off to the folks here at the Hoover Met. They've done a great job getting this facility in shape to host these 4 games here. And a tackle in the backfield, and a loss on the play. And it was made there by Aaron Field for Homewood. He comes up big. And a loss on the play, and that's not what Russellville needed with just 6:45 to go in the contest.
Yeah, they've got to score 14 points in a little more than 6.5 minutes. Officials are stopping play for a few moments now. They can't afford, they got to score points, obviously. They can't afford to take a ton of time, though, to get these points. And the last thing you want to do is get yourself in a situation where you have to score and kick it on sides. If they can score quickly, they've still got time to kick it back to Homewood and try to stop them.
Looks like they've got a little problem there with the first down markers. Perhaps a chain link or something like that is kind of snagged.
They had to work on that earlier. And it looks like they're doing it again.
Let's go back to 2002 when these clubs met for the 5A championship out at Legion Field. Last desperate drive, down by 3, and Rodney Shepard, number 90, then just a sophomore, Ryan, came up with 2 huge plays. You'll see him come in here. There he is. He comes in, and that was Josh Tompkins, who went on and signed a scholarship to play for UAB, transferred out, went to UNA to play there. And we got a flag on the play. So Rodney Shepard came up big as a sophomore. Now here he is in his senior season. And I've lost count. What do we have him with, 15, 16 tackles?
14 big tackles in today's action. And I mean, these guys, both sides know what it's like to play in these games. I mean, they're not at all fazed by being in a state championship game because they've been there so often.
Lead procedure on the offense, 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
False start, and that'll back Russellville up 5 more. 2nd and 17. Penalties today against the Golden Tigers, 6 for 50. Homewood, no penalties. That's called discipline. Here's a throwback to the quarterback Hills from McCullough. And he'll pick up a couple of extra yards. And a nice pickup of about 8 on the play. That'll bring them with a 3rd down and about 9 on the play, but nice little throwback there.
Yeah, and Helms made a nice move outside, too. He's a good runner, especially for a quarterback. Hands it off to McCullough. It's well defended, though. Homewood didn't entirely bite on the fake, but you see the nice move that Helms was able to put on Galbraith to gain just a few more yards, make it a little more manageable 3rd down.
3rd and 8 from the Russellville 44. Helms is going to go deep. And nearly coming up with the play was Bullion, but there to do a good job as a defender was Kenny Baker. We saw him slip down a couple of plays ago. That time he was all over Bullion.
Yeah, pass slightly underthrown, and that allowed Baker to make up some ground. You'll see Bullion had to break stride just a little bit because this pass is slightly underthrown, and that allowed Baker to catch up.
Well, here is something that Russellville is very familiar with, and that's 4th downs. Now all of a sudden he's going to decide to punt the ball. Now this is, unless we got a trick play coming, I don't know, but Sweeney is back in punt formation, and they are indeed going to punt it. Surprise. Homewood was surprised because they had no one back. And so the ball rolls dead at the Homewood 24-yard line. Now, go figure that, Ryan. The best play. You look stunned.
Well, I mean,
the best play they've had today is on 4th down. They were 4 out of 6 in 4th down conversions, and this time they decided to punt it away with only 5:31 to go in the ball game. 32 yards on the punt.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, 4th down has been the down where they've gone for it all day. They had 4th and 16 earlier, and rather than punt Homewood deep, they went for it. Now with 5.5 to go, they punted on 4th down 14 points.
You're going to see a lot of Steve Freeman here. You bet on that. Here's the first of probably several. He slashes through the left side of that offensive line. Good blocking up front. We don't say enough about those offensive linemen. They get very little credit. Let's mention David Ross, the big 275 junior. Daniel Matheny. I got to get this right. Matheny. I believe that's the way it's pronounced. I blew it earlier, and I want to get it right. I know his family probably would appreciate that. Matheny, I believe it is, and Bo Dean, the junior tackle, all doing a nice job for that offensive line for Homewood. I'm sure you're going to see Steve Freeman here again, I'm guessing. And this time he'll try the right side. Big hole there. And he takes advantage of it. 1st down, Homewood. On a 2nd and 6, he picks up more than the necessary yardage for another 1st down. Kirby Nelson gets in there on the tackle, but not before. Another Homewood 1st down. And the clock now clearly is the enemy of the Russellville Golden Tigers. Could we see, well, could be illegal substitution. It's almost like we have to see at least one of those every game.
Exactly. You know, that punt by Perry Swindle not only surprised us, but I think it spelled the end for a lot of the Russellville fans. Their stands across the way, and they are all on the way to the exits to beat the traffic right now.
Encroachment is the call against Homewood, not illegal substitution. First penalty of the game.
Foul. Encroachment on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
First penalty of the game on the Homewood Patriots. Hey, while we have a moment, I know Bob Newton is so proud of his junior quarterback. And young Mr. Hubbard has set a new single-season school record. As you see a good shot of him there. 2,551 yards. That's a single-season passing record at Homewood High School. The previous record was held by, Ryan, do you know who? I know who you're thinking. I bet you're going to say Parker Gargis.
But that would have been my guess.
And that would have been wrong because the previous record was set by Michael Collins in 1999 when he had a single-season mark of 2,468 yards. So congratulations to Austin Hubbard, a new single-season record for Homewood, and just think he'll be back next year.
Yeah. Got to remember Parker Gargis actually shared time, two-quarterback system a few moments while he was there. Steve Freeman, another good night tonight, over the century mark. He's averaged just less than 100 yards per game this season.
And just over it tonight, and he'll get it again. A chance to pad his numbers, and he'll pad it big here. Well, I thought he was because I got fooled on the play. It was a keeper by Hubbard. Tony Suggs coming up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Third down and very short for Homewood. Good ball handling.
Yeah, he's excellent on his ball fakes.
Fake me out.
Yeah, the entire defense bid it as well.
7-yard gain, 3rd and 1 for the Patriots from their own 47-yard line. Trying to salt away yet another state championship. Hubbard taking his time, trying to get some more clock. This time it is Freeman. And he was stopped by a bunch of those gold shirts over there. Corey Suggs, a part of the group that stopped him, and the play did fail to gain, so that's going to bring up 4th down. I don't think there's any other decision you make here if you're Bob Newton, and that is you kick the football away.
Well, now Russellville, after punting earlier, has forced themselves into a situation now where
Russellville.
They've got to rush this punt and hopefully get a block. If not, they have to score in a big hurry, and then in all likelihood kick it on sides.
Let's take a timeout. We'll be back to finish up this 5A championship. Your score, it is Homewood 35, Russellville 21.
Every day, Shelley spends time at the gym, working on one of the most important aspects of her job, using the Smile-O-Matic 1000 to perfect her smile. Shelley knows it takes 50 muscles to frown and only 13 to smile. But with the Smile-O-Matic 1000, those 13 muscles are honed to perfection. That sets Alabama Telco apart. Stop in to see us go the extra smile. Alabama Telco Credit Union, big enough to make a difference, small enough to know the difference.
Back here at the Hoover Met in Hoover, Alabama. Homewood trying to win another state championship. Russellville trying to win their first. They have been the bridesmaid so many times. Trying to break that streak. And they've got their work cut out because they're down by 14. And they only have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game to make something happen. Bob Newton, what a job he has done at Homewood. And, you know, we talk about Hoover being a dynasty in 6A. Well, if this team wins this championship, I think you can clearly put Bob Newton's name alongside of that of Rush Probst as a dynasty.
Oh, there's no doubt, especially with the players they've got coming back. Tim Hawthorne, the receiver, he's going to be on the top of a lot of recruiting this next year.
And getting in on the play was Dominic Porter, the big junior defensive lineman. Makes yet another big play for a loss for Homewood. And now Homewood can just pin its ears back because they know exactly what Russellville is forced to do, and that is throw the football.
I want to follow up on something I was just saying. I was talking at halftime with one of the guys that handles recruiting service here, and he said Tim Hawthorne for Homewood, Rodney Suggs for Russellville, 2 top 10 players next year in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, next year's going to be a terrific year. Here's a run by McCullough as he takes the ball out of the right hand into the left hand. Good coaching there. He did not get out of bounds, so the clock continues to run. This is considered just a so-so year in this state. I was talking the other day to Forrest Davis, one of the recruiting gurus. He said there's not very many 5s, if any at all. That means an impact player. He said there are a lot of good players, but not a lot of great players. Next year, though, and we've seen some in this game, but all week long we've seen some outstanding juniors. So next year will be a big year as far as recruiting in the state of Alabama.
Well, Hawthorne for Homewood, as much emphasis is being placed on tall receivers, especially with his ability to catch the ball and his speed. I think he's going to have his choice of colleges this time next year.
Homewood going with a nickel package now, 5 defensive backs, somewhat of a prevent defense. They're now playing the clock. They're not playing Russellville anymore. Here's a screen, right side. Abernathy. Good pickup on the play. He'll have the first down. But now the clock is the problem. Just 52 seconds left. And while we have a moment, Ryan, I can't say enough. So many thank yous, Spruce McCree and all the gang at Cross Creek. Rodney Triplett, what a job he does as our producer. Spruce McCree, our director. All the camera folks. Riley Adair's done a great job with stats. These guys get little credit. Double K, Kelly Kitchens, our spotter up here today. And I got to say a big thank you to Paul Morton-Salt. Paul Morton's done a heck of a job. He's supplied us with plenty of cough drops. And he has been our technical director and stage manager up here helping us with this broadcast. We're down to 31 seconds. Here's him. He's looking. He'll tuck it, run it, trying to get out of bounds, but he can't. He'll be down. The clock will continue. 20-19, and it appears that Perry Swindle again is not going to be able to live his dream. And Russellville is about to lose again their 3rd consecutive appearance here in the state championships. Now, Ryan, I've been waiting all afternoon to say this. Do you believe that coaches, are they superstitious? Do you believe in that?
Oh, definitely. Among the most superstitious there are.
Well, if you do, then how about this little tidbit? Assistant coach Doug Gann, who is the son of Gerald Gann, who was at Homewood at one time, now the head coach at John Carroll. Doug Gann, he and his wife Brooke are expecting a baby in April. Now, what's important about that step?
On the defense, from the end of the run, 10-yard penalty.
Well, let me tell you what's important about that if you believe in superstition. They had their first child in year 2000. What did Homewood do?
State championship.
They had their second child in 2002. What happened?
State championship.
And Brooke is due in April. Oh, you figure it out.
I think she'll be pregnant again next year.
What she is now. Oh, you're thinking about, I got you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I think Bob Newton may talk to him and say, look, why don't you have a lot of kids?
If he has 4, he may have to put him on the payroll. I'm talking about a bigger salary.
Yeah.
12 seconds to go. And Homewood is about to win yet another state 5A championship. Great effort by Russellville. I applaud Perry Swindle. He does a great job with that program. We talked about his overall record. Came into this game 154-49. 3rd straight Super 6 appearance. But now he'll be the runner-up for the 3rd consecutive time. Even with 3 seconds on the clock, Bob Newton doesn't look like that he's going to win a championship here. He still looks nervous, still coaching.
Still coaching the bitter end. You can
second timeout.
Rest assured with Bob Newton, this is, you hate to say it's old hat to him because winning championships is always fun. He's been here before, and he'll enjoy it. The players will enjoy it more. Some of these guys are on their first state championship team.
Everybody's playing for that blue trophy. Yeah, it never gets old. Ask Rush Probst.
Yeah.
Won his 3rd straight on Thursday night, 4 out of the last 5. We asked him that very question. He said, are you kidding me? He said, everyone's special in its own way. And he said, it never gets old. And I'm sure Bob Newton would share those same sentiments with you.
All these teams have different personalities, and you know, there's something about this team that's special to Bob Newton over some of the other state championship teams he's had. And you remember teams for different things, and this one will be remembered for a lot of things, and winning a state championship is one of them.
The last play of the game. This game's over. Let's see what happens. And the ball is knocked away. And that's going to do it. And Homewood has won yet another state 5A championship. And let the celebration begin.
Two good friends there, Perry Swindle and Bob Newton. It hurts Perry Swindle. He has been the runner-up so many times in this game.
I'm just getting used to this. You know what?
Well, hey, that shows you the sportsmanship and the relationship these two coaches have. You just probably heard that there in the background when Perry Swindle said, hey, I'm getting used to it. The 3rd time indeed was not a charm.
You know, you hate to say it's demoralizing. They had such a great year, 13-2. Their 2 losses were to Deschler, who played the 4A championship game last night, and Homewood, who won the 5A championship. It's got to be tough to be the runner-up every year.
Let's go down on the field and talk to the state champion coach. Here's Keely Davidson.
Thanks, guys. Coach, we got a little practice for this interview, but we're ready to go now. Congratulations to the 2004 5A state champs. How does it feel, Coach Newton?
It feels great. It feels sweet, and I'm proud of the coaches, proud of the team, proud of the community. It's just wonderful. It's wonderful. And, it's just they've worked so hard. They've done so good. And this team has bought into everything we've asked them to do, and we're real proud of them.
Well, this is your 5th time to meet Russellville since 1994. You're now 5-0 against your very good friend, Perry Swindle. What kind of words did you have to say to him after the game?
He's going to win one before long. I hope I retire before he does, but he's going to win one before long. But he does a great job with them, and he's got a good program and a good community, good players, and they're going to be there every year, and they're going to win one.
Well, they took an early lead tonight, but you guys were able to come back. How did that feel?
Feels real good. Feels real good. And they came down and marched down, and they were doing some things on our weak side we weren't adjusting to, or we just weren't getting out there. But hey, our kids battled, and hey, I just can't say enough good things about them.
What makes this championship so special for your team?
Pardon?
What makes this championship so special for your team?
Because the special is because we finished state champions. We finished state champions. That's all. That's what